Vast and ahoy and g'day once again to ye mateys! I be your footloose and fancy-free DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me an almost indescribable glee to welcome me back to Corsair's Cove and my Humblewood world for our special one-shot of Prayers and Plains. Above me, I have my hearty crew, the jovial Jack O'Brien, the majestic Mitch Earnshaw, the saucy swag of Phoenixy Wacky, and the Radiant Row. Guys, thank you so much for joining us, and DM's Workshop, you bloody champions, with that amazing raid just as we're going live. Follower, we have a new follower, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. There's a lot of H's in it. Thank you very much for the follow. And I saw another one just before, Annie something or another, Annie, I don't know, but yes, thank you very much for the follows. Thank you very much for all those bits in chat as well. We are 2% off a hype train already. No, we're in a hype train. Amazing. Hey Rose, so this is what streaming is like. It's a bit insane. There's 18 H's. Nog. Okay, good. Hey Roveljacks.
Teenagers.
I am a little overwhelmed. Guys, welcome. Thank you. Rackham, thank you so much, you bloody champion. All those potatoes up in chat. Look at all that. Doc JJ, good to see you.
Potatoes.
Yes. So we are going to do a special. This is One Shot Wednesday that we do here on our channel Corsair's Cove. We're a D&D telling channel, and I am Josh the Pirate, but I should talk about my lovely friends and my silly people who have agreed to play this silly game with me this evening. So, Jack, tell me who the absolute heck you are.
Well, apparently I don't know when I should speak, so let's start with that.
Go now.
Help! Yeah, Bourbon's already hit me. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So, yes, my name is Jack, and I am, well, I guess we'll reveal who my character is going to be later. I'd like to start with the character and talk about myself later, because you're not here to learn about me just yet. But as for me, for now, I am a professional game master and a performer. And I suppose the most relevant bit of stuff that you can find yourself about me is that if you are in the South Melbourne area, please go over to Port Phillip Libraries and book yourself a totally free game where you can play games with me, because that is what I do. It is my job, and the city council pays me. I'm getting paid by the man, and I'm okay with it. That is you go on websites and you go, can you give me money, please? It helps if you look homeless. I've got that going on.
I think they might be doing something like that in Perth as well, by the way.
Well, Dag does it. Dag does that down in Coburn.
Yeah.
But I thought he got that job because his mum worked at the council. I didn't know that any.
No nepotism here, as far as I know.
Mitch.
I want to be DM.
Exactly. I want to do it for a living.
I want to do it.
Who the heck are you?
How you going, everybody? I am Mitch Earnshaw. I'm from Perth, Western Australia. I am on Twitch here only, really, and elsewhere sometimes for D&D games. But you can find me on the Twatter, where I twat about many things. And that's pretty much me. How you going?
Mr. Fantapants and Jack DC, Kajak DC, thank you very much for the follows, champions. Yes, we are mostly WA Lords, Twat Lords. Arts and Lovecraft, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Is that Dan or Rach, or is it both of you? Black Rose Darkthorn, hi, good to see ya. Swag, who the absolute heck are you?
All right, so this was a bit of a shock. I figured I was just going to be appearing on this, and there would be no one who knew me. So now the pressure's on, because I see a couple of names I recognize in there. Hello, I'm known as Swag, and for those who've seen me in previous streams over on Phoenix Awaki, I keep saying there's a story there. It's not an interesting one. I'm not getting into this one either. I think all that needs to be said about me and my personality is I will share something with you here from Japan. Now, I'm going to take a drink of this every time I get injured in combat, because I like that kind of haptic feedback. So I found in my local supermarket in Japan, only in Japan, this delicious bottle of Pepsi Zero fried chicken flavor.
That does sound like it would taste like an injury. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
all you need to know about my personality is every time I take a hit point, not for every hit point, but chuck this back for every point.
Chuck in bottles.
Coward.
100 mil every hit point.
Every hit point, take a shot, you coward.
This sponsored.
This is what I would drink. Fried chicken,
We wish.
Pepsi Zero.
Fried chicken Pepsi Zero. That is Japan in a nutshell. Yeah, and Ro, who the absolute heck are you? Tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Ro, and I am a teacher and a performer. And I've been at D&D tables around the place, and I love being there. But I haven't been on a live stream yet, so I'm excited to be here.
Ro has been performing with me for over a decade now. I worked that out recently and felt mildly old.
Yeah, we're not supposed to say that kind of thing. That starts to talk about
unless
our
it's
age.
in your resume.
Well,
And then
Ro
it
is also, I
seems
Yeah,
can
impressive.
then
confirm,
it's like
quite a
double
bit
the time.
younger than I am, and that's okay. So, yes, and Madame and Monsieur, Dame, Under Heron, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, and I run Corsair's Cove with me lady wife, the mother of bunnies, and we're a story-first D&D channel. We tell great stories in a fun fantasy world where everything's made up and the dice definitely matter. Totally, can confirm. You can also find me in the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar. What? His little dragon, Grosh. So, before we go any further, I do need to mention a very special group of people. The Ukrainian people, in fact. Because they're having a bit of a time right now. Yeah, some shit's getting fucky over there. And we are putting up that link in chat, which is to the Emergency Action Appeal. The Emergency Action Appeal is going to support Ukrainians displaced by the violence in Ukraine right now. Over 8 million people have been displaced from their homes. And as somebody who ran close to homeless earlier this year, that's sucky. Even just being close to it sucks balls. So knowing that they're having even just the inkling of what they're going through, I cannot even be horrible. This charity has raised over $4 million so far, including $2 million straight from the Aussie government, which was surprisingly generous of our government. Yeah, I know, right, Jack?
I was going to say, had the election happened? Like,
yeah,
which
no, it
government
was
are we talking
about to
about?
happen, I think you'll find. But yeah,
Okay, so it was an
one way or
it was
the
an
other,
election
something good
point.
happened.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, if you have any spare pennies rattling around your digital wallet, please consider chucking it their way. The other people I need to talk about tonight are Sirenscape, the people who are providing the music that is vibing through your ear holes. Although not currently, because it just stopped for a minute. But the music will restart.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's that?
It was until just then. It's really good, I promise.
Happens to us all.
Would recommend Sirenscape if you are a DM and you like piping music to your players' ear holes. Check them out, sirenscape.com. Very good service, can recommend. I must also remind our flirtatious, intriguing, and possibly even naughty audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you naughty audience, you. We have all the socials. I try and do a different one every week. We have the Tube of You. So you can check that out. It is fully up to date, and all of the previous episodes you may have missed are up there. And I just saw Swag get what that was.
My brain went to some devastating places when you said
yes, there was some very girthy jokes we made on Monday when that first came up. And we have the Discord. So if you want to check us out and hang out and hear some more girthy jokes, who knows, you can come and join us on our Discord. I will verify anybody who joins at the end of the stream. So,
I guess.
Maybe. I make no promises.
Judgmental, but I'm here for it.
That's definitely Swag.
Black Rose Darkthorn
Damn,
rolled a
99.
99. That's 30 over at the 69 we need for a
Damn.
sex cult, sadly. No sex cults today. Anchor 5. And you've successfully added girthy to your vocabulary. Oh, that was there a while ago. That's been
Sadly,
there
Anchor
for a while.
5, I have not.
So, mateys, may your plane jumping be deliberate and all your backstories be free of tragedy as we head, tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the Humblewood. Music on as we go into the forest. So, we enter a new world, or certainly a plane that we have yet to explore in this setting. We are in Barovia. Ooh, the demiplane of the vampire Strahd. The land is named after his father, King Barov, and it was conquered by Strahd an eon ago. However, through some serious poor judgment, Strahd fell, first to insanity and then undeath, and finally to literally tearing a part of the world away and establishing his own realm to mourn all he had lost, as well as try and regain part of it. Into this world of fear and mystery we plunge. First, we encounter a young Pterin man. He is battered and nervous-looking, his ears always pricked for danger. Smoothie, who the heck are you, and would you describe yourself?
Okay. Well, I guess first the biggest thing about me is my ears. They're about a third of my entire body length. If this was in modern day, it'd basically be like a Bugs Bunny sort of situation. I am wearing a sort of what looks like a motorcycle helmet that has been kind of modified for my ears to kind of come out of. And I think my armor is made to kind of like be not to attract attention. You said ears prick for danger, so I suppose that's what I'm doing at the moment. Other than that, just kind of trying to keep to myself and see what's going on. But otherwise, kind of very dark fur and yellow eyes. Yeah.
A Pterin is a bat folk. Unfamiliar with the setting, particularly because I homebrewed bat folk. So yes, hey Tony Karlstrom. Good to see you. Smoothie is a cutie. Does Smoothie have an actual name, or is that Smoothie's actual name?
He does have a name, but...
You don't have to share it, but would you?
Sorry, I cut out for a second.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We don't get to find out the name.
Smoothie does have a name, but in the discussion we had with Josh, I think that is the name he would probably give most people. And the other name is probably something he would only maybe be called by his grandfather. We tend to go by our aspects, and I am called Smoothie because I have very smooth wings. And my grandfather is called Biggin for the same reason. He's a big boy. So, yeah.
Hey, Castellan, good to see you. Alrighty, well, Smoothie, the event that set you on this path was only last night, and you are making your way as fast as you can to a crossing point. But you fear you are being watched. Oh, Castellan, thank you for the sub, my friend. Good on you, champion. You are heading to the village of Krezk. Krezk. Nice and easy to pronounce that one. And then you, then to the gate your people know of deep in the misted woods beyond it. This is about as far as you can get from the castle Ravenloft and still be in Barovia, which is, I imagine, part of the reason why you've come this direction.
Yeah.
Please make me a perception check. Start us off.
Right.
Mr. and Mrs. Crafting, thank you very much for joining us. I'll be hopping in and out this afternoon, still at work. Totally fine. Lurk mode engage.
I have some questions before I roll.
Very well. You are in a forest. I should probably mention that.
Okay, that's a good start. And given what I understand of Barovia, it's always somewhat dark, right?
It is, yes. I was going to mention that. Yes, the sun does not shine in Barovia. Castellan, you absolute freaking champion, dropped 5 subs down there. You gift sub to the Arts and Lovecrafts, to Roro, to Jack O'Brien, to Hoop Prime. Excellent name. Excellent name there. Hop Goodimus Prime and Mr. and Mrs. Crafting. Congratulations. Welcome. Enjoy your gorgeous subs there. Check out our amazing sub emotes. We have a brand new one called the Julio Pog emote for power game moves. And Santiago Potter I could be famous. I'm good, mate. Thank you, though. Good of you to offer. No, I
That's
think
very
we'll ban.
generous.
It's a nice
Good on
of them to offer, but fuck they can. So, sorry, yes.
Yes.
Barovia is, well, because Barovia is ruled by a fellow Pterin, the sun shines here about once a month at most.
Yeah,
so
that's what I figured. I just wanted to clarify.
Yes.
Okay. In
You
that
are
case,
in a pretty deep pine forest, following the road, the old Svarich road, towards Kresk.
right. Okay. In that case, I suppose, did you want me to look out for stuff, or am I listening?
It would
'Cause I
probably
could do
be.
either.
It would be a watching more than a
A
listen.
watching. Yep, that's all right. I just wanted to check. So that's a 7 plus numbers. So that's a 14.
14.
Yeah.
14 is pretty good. Yes. You notice somebody sitting on a wall, a little ahead of you, a low stone wall. You recognize this person actually. You spot him. You're about half a mile out of Kresk, sitting on a low wall by the road, apparently just chilling. You see Ruffle.
Okay.
And you recognize Ruffle as well. You've been been out to this town before, and Ruffle is a local. And he's always been a bit he's always been like quite welcoming and friendly to the Vistani, where a lot of people aren't.
Right.
So what does he see when he sees Ruffle?
Okay, so Ruffle is actually somewhat. You see a somewhat hunched figure in sort of blackish, kind of tattered robes. He doesn't clearly take particular care of his own physical appearance, and it's quite obvious as to why upon seeing him. As I mentioned, slightly hunched over, but his arms are, he has very large wings on arms that are almost unnaturally lengthy. You know Smoothie because you've talked to Ruffles before. He's quite a friendly soul to your types. That he's kind of been born something of a mutant among his people. Nothing glaringly like disgusting about him. Just enough of his features are just kind of off that he gives this sensation of people are generally uncomfortable around him. As you get closer, he's quite a nervous soul. He looks around, he twitches a lot, and all the rest of it. You know as well that he's not the most popular due to his features and such. He's sort of the local boogeyman, but he's always been kind to you and others of your ilk.
Sure.
And as you approach, one golden eye twitches and looks at you. Smoothie.
You think one day I get used to that? Hey, Ruffles. Am I looking for Ruffles, or did I happen to find him?
I don't think you came out here looking for Ruffles, but just happening to find him might be a welcome sight.
Yeah. Okay. And is what we discussed, has it already happened? Am I running? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Like water flowing down from a rock face, Ruffles just sort of motions towards you, and suddenly he's kind of in front of you, and he's like, Smoothie, we were not expecting anyone to come here.
Neither was I, if it helps.
Are you in need of assistance?
Yeah, I guess, they found us.
Smoothie. Smoothie, hush, child, hush. And one long sort of robed wing kind of covers Smoothie in a protective way, as if he's being chased or followed by something. No, Smoothie, no, shh. It's okay, calm.
Pop gave me this, and I show the totem. What does it look like?
It is, I was about to ask, it is a small straw figure made of woven reeds in the rough shape of a Pterin.
Okay.
Where would you be keeping it normally?
Probably somewhere in my suit. It's got many pockets based on what we've kind of described.
Right.
So I'll kind of take it out. It's kind of like cargo pants, the suit. But he gave me this. He pushed me out the door. There was this big Corvum, and he had thralls with him, and people were screaming, and he told me to run. He told me to look for these heroes, and
Shh. Smoothie, it's okay. Come. We must go. If this is important, if you are being chased for this thing, it is not good to show it in public. Come.
okay.
And I'll start guiding him in towards the village, towards a place of haven or safety that possibly my own nest or perch or what have you.
Very well. Yeah, Smoothie, I assume you go with.
I have a relationship with him, and I trust him. So yeah.
So Ruffle, you and everybody else in Kresk are aware of the arrival a couple of days ago of a Strig. Quite an interesting person. Kresk does not get many visitors. The people who live there don't leave, and the people who don't live there aren't really welcome to stay. But a Strig arrived a couple of days ago, claiming to be from somewhere else, somewhere outside of Barovia, which is not unheard of. It's a well-established thing that Strahd occasionally teleports somebody from, snap somebody else up from another plane, and he likes to toy with them. Sometimes he tries to woo them. Sometimes he just likes a bit of a challenge every now and again. So yeah, Ruffle, you would be aware that there is somebody, a Strig here from a different plane, and you would also be aware of the presence of a quite a talented and odd Luma, who the myth is that they are also not of Barovia originally, and they are both in Kresk already.
If you'll allow, Josh, I feel like as an outcast himself, Ruffles would be very sympathetic towards others who may be perceived as outcasts. Whether or not they have accepted his offer, I believe had Ruffles met them, he would actually have offered them safe haven at his place, as he is offering to Smoothie now, as he's very sympathetic towards people who are considered different to the locals.
Yes. So, you head towards Kresk. The village is one of the major settlements in the land. It's situated at the far western end of the old Svalich Road, just southwest of the Lake Bartok. The woods are oppressively silent, and then they clear, and the air gets colder as you approach the walled settlement. There are 2 square towers with high peaked roofs that flank a stone archway, into which is set a pair of 12-foot iron-bound doors. This is a very well-defended place. Carved into the arch above the gate is the name Kresk. The walls are 20 foot high, and figures atop them clutch spears, and they are very clearly, alert. You would not struggle to get in because you are accompanied by a local. The mist-shrouded village beyond the wall is nothing more than a scattering of humble wooden cottages along dirt roads that stretch between snow-dusted stands of pine trees. So many, in fact, as to constitute a forest. To the northeast, grey cliffs rise sharply, and the wall ends at the cliffs, pretty much. And there is a road winding up to the top of this cliff, at which is the Abbey of St. Markovia, and it's very easy to make that out. And occasionally you can hear a bell tolling from the abbey. I also need to say thank you, Kiwi Shipper, or Kiwi Snipper. Is it Snip or Ship? I think it's Kiwi Snipper. Thank you very much for the follow.
Sniper.
Kiwi Sniper, that makes much more sense. I prefer Snipper. Kiwi Snipper.
Hang on, do you snipe kiwis, or are you a kiwi who snipes? Because that's
I like the idea of it's a kiwi who it's somebody who uses kiwi as ammunition.
Oh, bro!
My head's gone.
Oh shit!
Oh shit, bro!
Serpentine, bro! Serpentine.
They are kiwi. Stop mocking their voice.
Yeah, come on, guys. Come on, everybody.
Be nice.
I got a friend named Tahi that I was kind of leaping to defend there. I was like, don't you go sniping my friend's head there.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for the follow. So, Ruffle, you bring Smoothie into the village.
I've got one of my large wings covering him because, obviously, as I've mentioned, I'm not the most welcomed in the village, and I do not want my poor association being attached to Smoothie any more than it has to be. So if you'll allow Smoothie, you're sort of tucked underneath one of my large wings as I'm kind of lumbering forward.
Smoothie is basically just kind of quivering underneath. Physically he feels like he's like having a ongoing panic attack. So he doesn't mind.
Alrighty. Ruffle, where would you take Smoothie and, out of curiosity, Selenox and him? I'm going to go to him first. What would you be doing? I'm okay with you having been a resident of this place for a little while, or being a traveling musician or whatever. What are you doing?
I would like to think that him has just been staying in one of the taverns or inns in town, has just been there for maybe the last 3 or 4 weeks. Kind of aimless, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
sure.
That's the most.
There would only be a single inn in Kresk. It's called, oddly enough, the Kresk Inn.
Kresk Inn.
They don't bother with interesting, fancy names here. It is run by a young Gallus woman named Matya Svenkov. And she is good to you. And I think she's like curious would be the trick. She's like, he's weird, and she's young. She's still a little bit like she hasn't the oppressiveness of Barovia hasn't beaten her down completely yet.
Money talks.
That it does. Would you have played at the inn? Are you that kind of a bard?
I would say yes. I mean, most of the time, well, not most of the time, pretty much everything he says is sing-song in some way, so might as well benefit from that in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, I'd absolutely be performing there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
She would offer you free room but not board in exchange for semi-regular performances. Mostly because she's got spare rooms, it doesn't really cost her very much to do so. But she's like, you seem cool. Well, she doesn't say that. She's like, you seem cool.
Cool I am not, but I'll take it. Thank you very, very much.
Okay.
That's her reaction as well, isn't it, Josh?
Yeah, no, I was in character. Okay.
Love it.
And Selenox, what would you be doing? How would you be spending your time here?
So Selenox currently is sitting outside the tavern, and she's got a dagger out that she's sharpening, and she's sitting there kind of staring at the dagger, focusing on that because shit's gone crazy lately. So I'm just gonna make sure I can kill things.
Solid, a valid plan.
The constant in this world.
I assume then both turned down Ruffles' offer when they arrived in town.
I would have, Selenox would have been open to spending some time with Ruffles, but would also be out when they could be.
Of course. Out of curiosity then, would you have been sort of staying, or have you found another location that's kind of now your main hub? Or are you still kind of
taking advantage of
at
Ruffles' hospitality?
Yeah, no, most people in this world haven't been particularly kind to Selenox, so I think I would have been quite happy to stay with Ruffles.
Okay. So yeah, Ruffles, you bring Smoothie up, but I imagine you would be aware that these two would probably be at the tavern, or have a vague idea. It's not a big town. Even if you didn't know where they were, finding them would not be difficult.
certainly if Selenox has been staying at Ruffles, then it's the sort of pertinent information. I'm not just going to bring in someone completely unknown to Selenox and be like, oh, hey, this person's staying with us as well. Hope you're cool with it, but if you're not, tough shit. So he would definitely make his way. I assume you've been around that area a few times, Selenox, so I would make my way loosely via the tavern. I'm not going to bust any doors down. As I said, I'm not hugely welcome, but I would definitely eye and see if you were there. And if I caught your eye, I would kind of just do a little gesture. But I'm still kind of crooning to Smoothie to try and keep him calm.
Very well.
But I would definitely kind of gesture towards Selenox, like we have to talk about something.
Cool.
If we could
Selenox,
catch
would
him
you
as well,
go
that'd
with?
be great, but
So Selenox looks like she's not looking and is looking down at the dagger. But as you're just about to turn away, she looks up and her eyes catch yours. And then she pauses for a little bit too long. And then she follows you.
Cool. And him, where would you be at this point?
Look, I'll wander out and catch Selenox walking off, and just kind of slowly make my way along as well. Wonder where you're off to. I guess we'll see very soon.
We're really bad at following people incognito.
Sneaking
down.
Oh, is that sneaky?
It's
bizarrely, my passive perception is pretty
sneaky.
bad. There's no guarantee I would spot him.
it's sort of like it's Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
If you've been around town for a while, Ruffles, there's no doubt in my mind that you would have crossed paths with him as well, so you'd be quite familiar with him.
Selenox has
him,
probably
did-
been trying to cross paths with you as well, him, whether you've
Oh,
engaged
yeah,
in
absolutely.
conversation with her or not.
Absolutely. I'm
Did you temporarily stay at Ruffles, or did you immediately find accommodation?
I would have immediately found accommodation at the place because my services are useful.
I don't know.
So, yeah.
Cool.
But,
In
yeah,
which
definitely would have
case-
been open to talking.
What are you saying about everyone else's services? Jeez.
Well, there's only one. There's only one
Yeah.
tavern.
Not a lot of choice around here.
Ruffle, what does your house look like? Some would be on the ground, some would be in trees. Yeah, what's your deal?
From the outside, it definitely looks quite scrappy. It's the sort of place where the outside is left. Anyone just with a casual eye would just look at it and be like, well, it's a heap of rocks and with some branches interwoven. Like it's a slum. But when you actually get inside the location, it's actually very well kept. He's managed to sort of pull together various furnishings and scraps that people have just kind of thrown away. Ruffles is, despite his kind of mutation, if you will, quite good with his hands. So small repair work's been done. And because no one ever really comes around the area, well, all that space is his. So as you mentioned, like part of it's on the ground floor, part of it's on in like a tree and things, but it's given him a lot of space to make guest rooms. And as Selenox was saying, lots of people haven't been particularly kind to Ruffles either. So anyone that shows him kindness, he appreciates greatly. And so I imagine he's quite fond of Selenox, who was actually open to even just crashing at his place while she needed a hand and so on. It's company. Ruffles doesn't get friendly company very often, so he's quite appreciative of any of that as well.
Awesome. Well, yeah. So, Ruffle, you take Smoothie up to your pad. Selenox follows along behind, and him hums their way along.
Ruffles looks at Selenox and is like, your voice is your friend? Is he coming? Your friend?
Apparently he's coming. Yes.
Dun. I am right here. I can hear you. Stop talking about me.
Yes, pretty voice. Yes, we can all hear you as well. If you wish to come in, then come in. But please be aware. My friend he is somewhat distraught.
Stop being so conspicuous, mate.
I will keep it down. Sorry.
Smoothie, you are with friends.
Okay, I'll get disentangled from the wig and just go. Hi.
Hello there.
Hello, mother.
Here we are at Ruffles with that.
Nothing copyright.
Entertaining.
I only did 2 seconds. That's allowed. I'm assuming I've run into these folks before as a local, one way or another.
Not these folks.
No?
You are not
No.
local to this area particularly.
No?
You've
Okay.
traveled through it. You may have seen him around. Selenox is, however, new to Barovia.
Okay.
So almost certainly not Selenox, but maybe him.
Okay. I'm kind of just in shock, and I don't know these people, and under the circumstances, he wouldn't be aggressive, but he does kind of close up a little bit because he doesn't really know what side these people are on. So he just goes like, well, thanks for Ruffles. Do you trust these people?
Smoothie, sit.
Okay.
Relax.
Yeah,
You are safe here. Selenox, the thistle tea, would you be so kind? There is some brewing. Would you be so kind as to pour some thistle tea? Pretty voice, would you like some thistle tea too?
That would be amazing.
Wonderful.
Sorry.
Selenox,
Apologies. That would be amazing.
2 octaves down.
Sure. I'll get the tea.
My name's Smoothie. What's your name? Looking at Selenox.
While I'm getting tea.
Oh no, as you leave.
Because apparently I'm serving.
As you're leaving.
Name's Selenox.
I'm sorry. I can help with the tea if you like, and I'll like begin to kind of like stand up.
No, it's fine. I live to serve.
I have offended her. It is okay.
Sassy.
No, it is okay. It was my fault. I was not thinking. Smoothie, please sit.
Okay.
You are in a state. Selenox, if you would prefer to talk to my friend, I will handle the tea.
It's fine.
Understood.
There's lots of banging from where the tea is.
She is angry. This is my fault, but she will calm down soon, I hope. If not, I will
Any of the
apologize.
loud noises, the big like sonar dish ears sort of go, and he's like,
I gotta say, you're kind of looking skittish today. What's wrong with you?
I've seen you around. You're that minstrel. And he'll just kind of look into him's eyes and just go, if I said to you, I'm gonna try to make something up on the spot here. The moon shines on your path, and I'm gonna see if there's a reaction of any kind.
That means you're probably out at night.
Okay. Well, you're a bit extra for being one of Strahd's people. So, but you don't know.
Oh Lord, no. Not
Okay.
Strahd.
Well, you can understand. I don't want to repeat myself. I'll wait till the tea comes back. But I'm kind of in a position where if I tell the wrong person about Well, I guess it already happened. And he looks over at Ruffles and just like, I don't know what I need to do.
Start from the beginning, young lady.
Selenox comes back with the tea at this point.
I was going to say Selenox gently hands the tea to Smoothie. Not so gently to Ruffles.
You are still angry. I understand. It was my fault. I do apologize.
I think you
My friend
forgot
Susan.
my tea.
I just didn't want to interrupt Smoothie.
That's all right.
Thank you.
If you did, Ruffles just slowly, like with like almost disturbingly long arms, just hands in across it. It's like, I will get my tea. It's okay.
But Selenox didn't make one for herself, so she just sits like with that one.
Can you get another cup, please, Ruffles? I'll share mine. Yeah.
Selenox, I will get it. I will get it.
Yeah. You get the cup, and I'll pour half of mine because politeness matters. Into Selenox's cup. It might scald you a little bit though because his hand is shaking.
Thanks.
Thank you. You're new, and I don't want to insult you, but is there any way you could maybe? And he's talking to Ro. Is there any way you can prove to me that that you're not with the big guy, Miss Strahd?
Oh, that big guy.
Strahd.
I mean, I don't want to be here. I want to be in Humblewood. I want to be home.
Me too.
Well, hang on. You're both.
I'm new in town. How often do you get newcomers around here?
Not that often.
So what? You just thought I was what?
I don't. No.
A plant?
Thank you. Okay. All right. I'll start from the beginning. I'm a worshiper. Priest, I guess. I follow the Amaranthine. Am I pronouncing that correct?
Amaranthines.
Amaranthine.
Yeah.
Correct? Yep. Amaranthine Tyton. And he kind of looks up to like he's waiting if someone's going to draw a weapon on him.
And in Barovia, they would. A lot of people believe that the Amaranthines have abandoned them. Some even believe that Strahd is a curse they put upon the land. So worship of the Amaranthines is discouraged at best and actively discouraged at worst. Selenox, meeting a worshipper of Tyton is not unusual for you. Him would probably have a better idea of, that's a bit weird here. Yeah, okay.
We
Congratulations.
Yeah, you're we're not really allowed to worship anything but the big guy, you see. My pop, he was the one who helped people. He would keep his faith. He's been around for a long time, and if people needed guidance, if they needed burial in the proper ways, if they had people that felt despaired, they would go to him. And we've been trying to help. We don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to rock any boats, and I wouldn't even know how to begin. But
well, you lean to the left and then you lean to the sorry.
okay.
I pour him some more this all in hopes that maybe he'll focus on the gold.
But tonight, they found us. And Pop pushed me out. And there was a lot of yelling. And screaming. And I really want to see if he's all right. But he told me to go to Humblewood and look for people. The heroes of Alderheart, they were called. And I I can see I've been blessed because I've got people who, it sounds like, really want to go home, right? And you can't get home without a local, right?
So wait, you can go to Humblewood.
Technically, I need this, and he shows that totem. But yeah, I can do it. It's tricky, but it's possible for me. And if you need to go home, and I need to get there, then Tyton has brought us together. This is fate. This is. I really want to make sure Pop-Up's okay, but I think if all of these signs are in front of me, then I think I need to go. And I think you guys can help if you want, and we can get what we want separately, right?
So are you saying that we could get back to you gonna leave us behind you? How does it work? I don't know anything about it.
Oh, I think I can probably take you with me. I can't. I don't know for sure, but it's worth a shot for you guys, right? Like, it's you all want to go home. It's worth a shot, and
I remember hearing about some heroes in Alderheart.
yeah.
One
Yeah.
was called Lazarus and one was called Susan, but that was many, many moons ago.
I'll look for them. Maybe we'll look for them together. But one way or the other, I think I kind of know where to go. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you guys don't have much to lose, right?
Where do you need to go? You've got this thing here. Can't you just, I don't know, open a door?
I wish. No.
Ruffles looks at Selenox and says, "As I understand it, it is something of a path, but it is a dark one, and you require a guide. Smoothie, you are that guide, are you not?"
Yeah. I get if we can get through it together, but I don't think I think I'm being hunted. And more importantly, I don't think if Pop-Pop's alive, I can't save him by myself.
Oh, Smoothie, hush, youngling. Your father is strong. He will be fine.
But
Keep heart.
more importantly, if you guys want to go home, and I can help you get home, then I want to do that.
And we can help you get there.
Yeah.
It's an honorable quest.
In return.
Oh, don't get it twisted. I have no idea what I'm doing.
So you never done this before, hey?
What gave it away?
He's done Interpalinar travel before, but he was never the person doing it.
Ah.
He's just been there.
Where did you get attacked with your pop-up?
DM.
Let's say actually the town of Barovia.
Oh. Capital
So
city.
clear across the other side of the place. We've been running all night.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you want to go check?
What I know about Strahd, he's either gone or he's not. And if I die, you guys lose your ticket. And Tyton brought you guys who need to get home to me so I can help you. And you guys were brought here to me so you could help me. I'll worry about the rest later. Yeah?
Yeah, your pop-up said you should get to Humblewood, so that's where we'll go. Surely if he needed help, he would have asked you to stay.
No, not him. He's a
little bit independent.
Yeah.
Ruffles chuckles at that. He's like,
Well, I'm sure he's fine. Or
Either
in a better place.
no, I'm sure he is fine. Smoothie, you know this is my place. I do not require a guide. However, of course, I will assist you in any way that I can. Though I have no need of this path myself, I look across at Selenox. I say, these were the people that I was to introduce you to at a later time. If you remember, when you asked me of a return to Humblewood, I did not know their locations, so this is... I'm sorry, child, to say it this way, but this is fortunate timing for you, Selenox. I would advise we follow this path, for it shall lead to the other path, which you need to travel.
Tyton is very wise.
Well, if Strahd himself is involved, then help would be good. The defenders of Alderheart are an honourable bunch. They seem to be doing good in the world anyway.
Now, we can't hear God laughing.
You can't hear the void chuckling at that one. This is Tyton going, bah, bah. No, they are not. One of them just committed murder so that a friend of hers wouldn't die. Just straight up iced a motherfucker. So
the note I got was they do good deeds and they defeated a menace.
They did do that.
That is what I know about them.
Interestingly, Selenox, the ones that him referred to are not the ones that you know.
Oh.
So Selenox, you would be aware that the Defender of Alderheart is a title given to people who do good for the wood. There have been generations of them. It's like a knighthood, essentially.
Okay.
You would be fully aware of Lazarus and Susan. They are very famous people, but they are retired because they were a generation back. In fact, the current sort of active defenders of Alderheart, if you will, one of them is Lazarus's son, Nevermore, played by our very own Mitch.
Better to make your acquaintances, peasants.
And he's a super lovely guy, but a bit of an arsehole. There is also a hedge named Helvig Dewpoint, who currently doesn't have a body. There is a Gerbine, a mousefolk called Jude Littlefoot, who is the daughter of a long line of absolutely insane murderers. There is a perfectly normal and helpful Mapatch called Trish Caper, who's actually got deep rage issues, and she's the one who's murdering people to fulfill a curse at the moment. They're all good folks, and a lot of this is not actually well known.
I bet you can't wait to meet them.
So I retract my honourable statement, I guess.
As far as you're aware, given as you probably haven't met any of them, they sound cool enough. They did save the wood.
The minute you said it, something rang false. You were like,
not in D&D. That's not how this works. One of them is the picture directly underneath Row at the moment, actually. That's Bennick.
They seem functional, all right, then. Jeez. All right.
Well, either way, I think it sounds like you guys are here for your own reasons, but I appreciate it anyway, and I can get you home. Has it been a long time?
It's been an age for me. Let me see. I honestly can't remember, but it's been a long time. I've been losing color every day, and it's making me glum.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll work on that.
I've only been here a couple of weeks, but I'm ready to get home again.
Yeah.
Having
I
said that,
understand.
there's a lot of people who could use that help you're talking about, sounds like.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning to come back one way or the other, and hopefully with help. And don't get me
So
wrong, if
is-
you want to take a crack, I wouldn't say no.
Is there a place we need to get you to?
Yes. And the DM knows what it is.
Yes. It's deep into the forest. The Vistani, all of their travel points are basically there's like a little stone portal sort of thing with some runes on it that you're looking for. They have several around the circumference of Barovia. Ruffle, you've been in Barovia long enough to be aware the Vistani are the only people who can leave or come.
So I would actually know that I won't be able to leave.
You don't know. I think possibly you wouldn't be fully aware of the ins and outs of it.
Okay. I know that they can come and go, but maybe I'm under the assumption that maybe we can leave with
Seeing
them.
as you're not from here either.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
You probably tried to leave, in all honesty, him and found that you couldn't. That would seem to be the most likely. You tried to leave and just ended up back where you started.
The whole place is surrounded by a heavy mist. The Vistani know the paths through it, and it will part for them because a group of Vistani a long time ago saved Strahd's life before he died, and he gave them free passage throughout his realm as in favor. And that has maintained to this day. So the Vistani are sort of, actually normally mates with Strahd. I would say Selenox has been around long enough to be aware of that, but Smoothie is a Vistani. Not all Vistani are Pterin, but a lot of Pterins are Vistani.
Gotcha.
So you would be looking for a stone dolmen sort of situation. Yeah, hashtag not all batfolk. But with some runes on it that Smoothie has to do some funky stuff with the totem too.
So we're looking for one of those, or...
Yep. And Smoothie would be aware of its location.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I get the impression when I left that I was like being hunted, or was it just a blind run through the streets?
Make me a history or how would you determine that? What skill would you utilize? Insight, investigation?
Probably listening for pursuit, to be honest.
Very well. Perception then. Very well.
Yeah.
And it could be an audio one, so you're good at that.
Yeah. Natural 20, so 27.
Ooh, 27.
That'll do
Yeah,
it.
you definitely heard some
Sonar
folly.
ears.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
In fact, I would tell you then that you are very confident that a lot of the people who were in that building died, even if you weren't in it.
Yeah.
You could hear it.
I heard it in real time. Yep.
Yeah.
No.
As you ran. And then you heard them say you heard somebody, probably the one you are the most scared of, say, "There's one not here. We must go. Find them, my pretties."
Okay. I'll probably mention that. I mean, I think they probably know what they're signing up for, but just in case, just like I want to be clear about this. If I want to help, and it sounds like you guys want to either, for you, Ruffles, punch Strahd in the nose a little bit, or get home. But there are some big people that want to see me dead. So what I guess I'm saying is I'm not going to hold it against you if it becomes too much and you want to bolt. Okay?
Do I look like one who's scared of battle? Small one?
No, but you don't look stupid either.
Oh, you're lucky I'm not Nevermore.
Yes.
Sassy kid is sassy, but I love it.
It wasn't meant to be sassy. It was just, it was actually meant to be like he meant it literally. That
I loved
seems
it. I thought that was great.
that she seems smart enough to know when a battle is too much
Yeah.
and that he's not going to be upset with her if she ran.
Valid. Yeah, you would have heard a couple of times along your flight, Smoothie, you would have heard wolves. The howls of wolves.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I suppose in the meantime, what I guess I'll do is if you guys need anything to prepare, I might go and scout for a second, and I'll pull on my hood, and my suit becomes a kind of yellow thing. And you've seen this before, Ruffles. It's a sort of modified thing around my wings with like a sort of modified jetpack of sorts. And I'll go for a little jog and take off. It's quiet as anything, but I actually take flight.
As you're moving to do that, Smoothie, like one sort of taloned hand will gently lay itself on your shoulder and say, before, did you hear? Do not go outside alone, child. Howling.
That's why I'm looking.
Oh, that was really just for flavor. There wasn't actually...
Okay. Do this to me, pirate. I am a little shaky right now.
Also, I wouldn't have done it if not all the players can actually hear the audio.
Fair.
They are hunting me, and they're hunting us. So this is a good way for us to find out if we're going directly into a fight or not. So give me a sec, and I'll spend a minute circling around and having a look.
As he does do that, though, I will look at the two and say, "Please continue to enjoy your tea." But I will disappear out into the night, and I will bleed into the darkness. I'm a ghost in the wind, and I'm going to try and basically sneak out so that if there is any problems that Smoothie encounters, I will be in a position to readily be available to help.
Very well. Yeah, stealth with advantage, probably.
Okay, that's fine.
It is coming up on dusk, so you would have the advantage from being a Corvum.
Yes, due to my skill as trait as well. It's like during dim light, I get advantage on stealth checks. That would be what this is. Okay.
Being a Corvum in Barovia is really useful because it's dim about 70% of the time.
Yep. Same with my cleric.
Yeah, it's almost like I built that race for this setting.
Okay, so I made a really, really cool, like a ghost in the wind. Not quite.
For a 14. It's okay.
Decent.
It's like a ghost in a haunted house, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god! Kind of noisy.
Zedra,
like
Jetpack Bat sounds like a band I want to listen to.
Yeah, you ghost in the wind, and Constelton, your next door neighbor, goes, "Hey, Ruffles."
And this is why my stealth roll is so bad. I'm like, "Hello." Trying to be nice to my neighbors. Good evening.
Yeah, he's a really burly hedgehog. He's tending his garden. He's so used to you doing that every time you leave your house. Like, and now I am ghost. And he just sort of watches you. It's like Drax. It's like, I've become so good. I've become so still. I'm become invisible. He's like,
you're reading a Zargnut.
Hey, Ruffles. Hello, neighbor. Thank you for the salt and the soup recipe.
You do that. Selenox and him. So these two bugger off, and you're just left sitting in this house sipping tea.
So, him, what's the likelihood of this one actually getting us out of here?
It's not looking good, 'cause every time that I've tried, it's never worked before. But hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And worst case scenario, Smoothie can go on through and hopefully find the defenders themselves. So that's the best we can do.
Well done for the rhyming. Sounds good. So, have you been practicing any battle music then?
Not for a while.
Well, start
But I'll
thinking
come
about
up
it.
with something, I have no doubt.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
I got a 22 for sonar check, by the way. So you guys hear the standard chick chick of a bat kind of coming around. Which, by the way, you can look that up. Like I'll put it in the chat later. There's like a beautiful like little bit of sonar that someone recorded. It's adorable, and also kind of like terrifying because you're like, imagine if you're like a little mouse. You're like, I know what that sound means,
And I'm about to die.
yeah.
As opposed to an owl, I hear nothing. I'm about to die. Cool. You do that. Smoothie. I never really dictated a range on it, did I? You 22 is pretty good. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I will roll. You detect the movement of wolves in the forest. Not many in the direction you'll be wanting to head, though. But you can sense a couple of packs.
Yeah. Okay.
As I recall, it's 60 feet. The blind sight goes to 60 feet if you make noise.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds right to me. Yeah. 60 feet. You are correct.
Yeah. So it's not great for detecting things over an extended range, but
which is why I'm moving around.
Yeah.
Above the tree line.
There is nothing. Actually, then yes, I apologize. Standing outside the inn. Also, are you endeavoring to be quiet while you? No, you can't because you have to be loud while you're doing this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of just depends on what the level of noise I would be making because he would know what that is. If he's literally having to do a death metal shout to do it, then I will just have a straight
but
roll.
it would be a chick chick chick. But yeah, there would be a lot of noise. It's an obvious, and if you're familiar with Pterin, then you know what you're doing. They know what you're doing. You would spot outside the inn a tall, proud-looking Corvum with cold eyes and midnight black feathers, surveying the passers-by. He is wearing ornate half-plate armor with red details and has a huge long sword strapped to his back.
How far away is he from where the rest of my party are?
200 to 300 feet.
Okay. Does he look like is he just hanging out, or does he have a destination?
He is checking out the ground, like he is checking out tracks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I rolled to see if he notices you, and he did not. But I also rolled to see if he found tracks matching like that which he is looking for. Pterin are not super common, and he did. So he actually looks up. He sort of nods to himself and then begins following the exact path Ruffle led you down towards his house.
Okay. I'm gonna get down and with a 14 presumably I just kind of go like, hey Ruffles, come here. like I just spot you immediately.
As you do that, Ruffles is like, he heard the chick chick and he thinks he stepped on a landmine. He's like, weak child. Oh, child, I cannot move.
It was me. Chick. It was me.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew
it's
that.
Fine.
And
It's fine.
he kind of smoothly. It wasn't his stealthiest roll, but he does still move smoothly towards you, and he's kind of keeping low.
Ruffles, if you don't like, you can do what you like. I know you're coming with us. You might want to think about grabbing what you hold dear, though. They've seen your tracks with me, and
he picks you up, Smoothie.
I am uncertain if you're physically capable of that, but yes, yeah.
Oh,
I'll let him do it. It's fine.
I think Smoothie is size class small, so technically you might be able to, but yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't matter to me, even if I'm relatively the same size. Okay, yeah. I'll just let it happen.
Ruffles feels strong, but Smoothie's periodically just go with his jetpack.
I'll give him the illusion, right? Yeah, I'll just hover in the air, like making him feel super buff. because that's the kind of guy I am. Yeah. So he just goes like, he's seen your tracks. Now I don't know how many of your kind there are, but this guy's pretty clever. And if he finds it all the way here, he's gonna know it's your home. And then one way or another, this is gonna be real difficult for you. So I'm just one person, and I know that you're used to people not treating you right, but this is different. I'm really sorry, but you're in it now. You're an aider of a worshiper of Tyton.
Child, it is okay. We will move quickly. It is not the first time I have to leave a home. It will not be the last. Let us go.
Okay.
So you presumably dash inside, grab Selenox and him, and yeet the fuck out of there.
We must go now.
Coming.
No, you will keep it. Pretty voice, I appreciate you. We need to keep it quiet, and we need to make it fast. Selenox, please, grab whatever you need, but make it quick. We must leave now.
With your rhythms and stuff, can you and he will do this, and he'll kind of show a little drumming thing, but his with his tiny little bat hands. It's can you do that? If that's the best you can do, then that's what we'll do. Yeah. Go. Okay.
Is this the Heffalump song? What are we doing?
If you go into the woods today.
Oh, sorry. I did not have a mother to teach me about these things.
Oh.
Let us move.
Oh. His egg was found at an orphanage. The steps of the... Yeah. Well, actually, so mutants are actually very much a thing in Barovia as well. I don't know how well you know the setting swag, but yeah, there is whole half animal people that are just some of them have half the face of a wolf and half the face of a lizard. Yeah, there's a whole family, the Bellevue family, are all weird mutant hybrid things.
Josh, you know me. Of course I created my character knowing that.
I was just that's really cool. Even better if he didn't know about it.
Coincidentally would be bizarre.
Yeah. So it's Ruffle Bellevue. Noted. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll just shuffle this on a little bit, and yeah, we will head on out of the village, probably post-haste. I assume you're endeavoring to do this as quietly as possible, allowing for him.
Well, yes, if we all are capable of doing so. Do we all have armor that will help us to do that?
I'm a clanker.
You're a clanker.
I've already got my gear. Don't worry about me.
Him singing, so
I don't have to sing all the time.
Are you sure?
Thank gods. Oh, thank you.
I also
I'll
do
believe
stealth.
it when I hear it.
I actually do stealth in quite an easygoing manner. I do an aggregate score of the 4.
Pretty
nice
voice, I love
that.
your voice, but right now, please, we must be quiet.
So stealth checks.
Okay.
Selenox with disadvantage.
Stealth.
Tardigrade army would be scary. It's not very effective.
14.
Would I be allowed to roll this an advantage as well, Josh?
You need to? You got a 25.
Listen, I want a nat 20, baby.
Okay.
I'm going to keep rolling.
Very well. Yeah, you can
I'll
have
take the
advantage.
19,
Yeah,
I'll take
sure.
the 19. That's 25.
We're not in a forest, are we?
You
We
will
are,
be
we
about
are.
to be.
But I think I get an advantage, but
it
then I get
cancels it.
disadvantage because of my armor. So I think
Right.
I
So
just
you're
go.
neutral on stealth. Him got an 11 with no disadvantages. Selenox got a 12. Ruffle got a 15, and Ruffle got a 25. And sorry, Smoothie?
14, sir.
14. Okay, so the average is sitting around the 16 mark. Okay.
So now I'm a ghost in the wind, and I'm being followed by clankers. So I guess, again, my stealth has failed. I'm darting between the trees. I'm making sure I'm not actually touching the ground at any point as I'm leaping from tree to tree. And I look back, and I just hear this,
Clank,
him
clank,
doing
clank,
his
clank,
thing.
clank, clank, clank.
Clank.
Very well. You do that. So you set out, and you head west into the Svalich woods. Ruffle and him, you would know that the locals do not go into these woods often for fear of wolves and the like. It is worthy to note that a lot of the wildlife here is foreign to you, Selenox. Where you came from, most of the animals are insectoid. Like, the people of Humblewood are the animals. So we had to find something else for the animals to be, otherwise it would have just been weird. Particularly the, like, cattle and so forth. So, horses are some, like, stag beetles and centipedes and things like that. There are some mammalian predators. There is a very fearsome mountain lion with bits of rock in it, for example. But for the most part, the animals there are bugs. So, coming to a place there where pretty much all the major predators are mammals is a bit weird for Selenox.
So Selenox is like tough as nails and then sees like a bunny rabbit and he's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. You've tried some of the local meats and you've tried bunny rabbit and you're like, that looks not like unlike a gerbine, but it's delicious. You've seen a tiny mouse and you're like, what happened to that gerbine? Is it very young?
Oh, this is going to be really awkward as a Barovian local coming into the population. Oh, boy.
You're like, oh my god, that is the biggest centipede I've ever seen!
First gerbine I meet. Well, going to be like, food.
Well, the thing is, Smoothie, you are... The thing is, Smoothie, the people of Barovia are all humble folk and bird folk. So there are gerbines here. They don't consider mice weird. Barovians don't think that's weird at all, but for Selenox, who's never seen a mouse before, it's possibly a bit weird.
That would be amazing. I'm like, we have our dinner, and I stab it, and Selenox's like, you just murdered a child!
A sentient being,
I imagine Selenox at like 2 weeks in this world has gotten enough to be like, if I see something I don't understand, I'm just going to assume it's supposed to be normal here. But it is still possibly a little bit fucking weird.
Because that's not a recipe for fucking disaster.
Yeah.
Hey, look. I really look forward to Trish Caper encountering this. You killed a child! I'll kill you.
I'll kill you too.
Yeah. Cool. So, now that may being said, it might actually really help with her whole curse situation.
Yeah, true.
Just about it.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Particularly direwolves and stuff, which are certainly a thing here, and you definitely wouldn't have encountered in the Humblewood. Him has probably been around the traps enough to know that, that's just normal here. So, the woods around you and the woods surround you, and the mists engulf you. It becomes fairly hard to discern direction, as there is no road leading to the place you're wanting to go. So how would you be making sure you are heading in the correct direction? You know that
better be careful or you'll miss the path.
How would you be making certain that you are going where you're looking to go? You know that the place you're aiming for is basically straight west from the village.
I might improvise something, Josh, so feel free to point me in the right direction.
That's why I threw it out there.
Okay, my interpretation of this might be that I'm thinking something like hobo signals, right? So, like, for those who don't know, in a lot of communities, homeless people have signals that they put that they scratch into woods and things like that to indicate good home, will feed, right? And things like that. Or they might indicate danger, don't go here, they'll fucking kill you, right? So I would probably be looking for something akin to that, something to
Vistani. Very well. Tardigrades are on the menu. No tardigrades on the menu. But they're much smaller than ants.
Would you have pointed that out to us as well as something that we should be keeping an eye open for? Or is it something
yes.
that
I almost
you're
think it's like
probably more
thieves
tuned
can.
to see?
I almost think it's like thieves' cant. You almost have to be a thief to be able to spot it.
What I will do is I'll and you can tell me if this works or not based on what we've talked about. But Smoothie's never been the most confident person when it comes to his powers. He believes, but he doesn't necessarily believe he's worthy. And he's like, he remembers something about some wisdom that his grandfather once told him. It's like, if you need to see, just ask. And he'll clutch his sickle really hard.
Yeah.
And go, please, 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 and attempt to use Eyes of Night, which
Ooh.
is a cleric ability. So you tell me if that works or not.
Ooh. Kiwi Sniper, would you kindly roll me? Jack, pick highs or lows?
Aim high, baby.
Aim high.
In everything.
Kiwi Sniper, would you do me the immense favor of typing roll space the number 2? So roll spacebar the number 2 in chat, please. Roll space 2. A 2 will be it works.
He said, tell me how. Tell me
how. Tell me how. Yes. Beautiful.
Did you get
That's the one. We got a 1.
Yeah, Jax. Unfortunately.
Very sadly, Smoothie, it does not.
Yeah.
You haven't really felt the touch of Tyton in a good long while. You do know, and you would all know, except probably Selenox, that the Amaranthines cannot be felt here. Partially part of the problem. Nothing can get through here. Even the gods themselves cannot reach this. No, Kiwi Sniper, I really like that. I think it makes sense for me, but I did want to make it possible. I don't like just noping things, so thank you for that.
There was a discussion, Kiwi Sniper, the
Smoothie is currently underpowered.
Chances are pretty slim.
Yeah.
And it kind of factors in. So.
I think I do speak for the group, though, Kiwi Sniper, when I say you are not forgiven. Because we really fucking needed that, dude.
The tardigrades did not bless you. Sorry.
I would question, though, Josh, as someone who has lived here all my life, I must have gotten somewhat used to navigating through more difficult terrain, or else I couldn't survive here. So my question is something as simple as, with all of the attention and focus because of the Vampirc and the rest of it on the moon, how clear are the skies in Barovia, and can they be used to potentially traverse with a rough estimation of direction?
In which case, we will have another roll. Tony Karlstrom. Swag highs or lows, and Tony Karlstrom, can we get the same, please? Roll space 2. Now you give a blessing to help. The tardigrades may bless Ruffle. Hashtag blessed. Pick highs or lows, Swag.
Oh, let's go. Oh, I'm not looking at it. My gut said I was going to go low, but I don't know if it... Oh, fuck it, low.
It is cloudy tonight, unfortunately.
Damn it. All right.
Thanks, Tony.
Now, that was on me. I cannot complain. You know what? You know why my guts went low? Is because I love the number 1. So I actually, Kiwi.
Aim high in everything.
Oh man!
Set your standards low, and you get low results.
That's my poor self.
Back the life coach.
That's my poor self-esteem.
I'll keep you on hold for a D20 in a moment, Kiwi Sniper. Thank you very much. Don't worry, there will be more. I really like involving the audience as much as possible. Thank you, though. I would say, however, Ruffle, because you are familiar with these woods, if you were to make, say, a survival check for, working your way through them, I would allow you advantage.
Oh, I'll take you up with that offer.
Familiar with them.
It's not my best stat.
Smoothie, you would be able to make an investigation or perception. No! Straight 20.
Nice.
Nat 20's in chat. Anybody who has them, let those little kraken tentacles
I've
fly.
recently been subbed, but
Watch this. I was blessed in our Deadlands campaign. Josh, watch this. Double nat 20. Come on, baby. Okay, I fucked it. Never mind.
Still, 17's pretty good.
Yeah.
That Deadlands game was weird. The amount of just explosions you got. Anyway, so a nat 20, Ruffle, you definitely can guide the guys through the woods pretty well. Smoothie, perception.
17 for perception.
17. You, as you start getting closer to where you're heading to go, you notice a Vistani sigil. Carved. It is really difficult to spot for anybody who doesn't know exactly what to look for. It is carved, worked into the natural bark shape of the wood of a tree. So yeah, it really isn't not super obvious, but if you know what to look for, it's there. I'm
gonna take an extra second because this is pretty close to town and whatnot. I imagine that I was taken down the path by my grandfather. Yeah. So like I stopped for a little bit too long, realized what I need to do and keep moving.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Very well. Very well. Yeah.
Can I make a point?
Please do.
As I'm walking along, I'll bring up the rear. I'm just going to have a branch with leaves on it. And as we're walking along, I'm just going to not doing it slow or anything, but just
covering up your tracks a bit. Love it.
Yeah. Attempting to make it more difficult. Yeah.
In which case, let's have Kiwi Sniper roll a d20 in chat, and I will add that to your collective stealth score.
Lovely.
So exclamation mark roll space 20.
And
we will add that to your stealth check. That is probably a good thing. Selenox, do you have anything to add to this, or are you just trying to move along, making as little noise as possible? Clank, clank, clank.
Well, actually, I was considering teaching him a battle song or two.
Oh. Straight 20 from Kiwi Sniper.
Quiet.
Let's go.
I was going to start singing about Jack of Shadows.
The champion combined with that role.
That's
so much.
Kiwi Sniper. Throw those 20s in chat.
Sweet.
Very nice.
I think I speak for the group when I say, now you're forgiven.
You are forgiven, yes, absolutely. Okay, you make your way along with Selenox trying to teach him a battle hymn. Selenox, what would that sound like?
Well, drink the wine till the cup is dry, and kiss the girl so they'll not cry, and toss the dice until we fly to dance with Jack of Shadows.
Love it.
I don't know any of the words, and I will make up my own words and words and words and words and words and birds and sparrows.
Okay.
Smoothie, is there any chance that we can maybe speed things up? I have this nasty suspicion we are about to get caught.
Eventually, you come upon a clearing containing a couple of standing stones inscribed with swirling runes. Smoothie, this is the place you're looking for. Even though you've never actually been to this specific one, is what I've written down. But I'm happy to say you've been here once with your grandfather.
I think Pop was pretty. He considered our history pretty important.
Very well.
So yeah.
The process of opening a gateway requires a drop of blood from each Vistani in the party passing through it to be dropped onto the totem. You know that part. Definitely participated in that. Make me a history check to recall the rest of how the fuck to do this.
Yeah.
I was just thinking we got there quite quickly.
-2.
Oh no, you need to pay more attention in classes, son.
That's an 8.
What are you using those ears for?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, an 8 isn't great. It's probably because you're a little bit...
I would say it's probably
rattled.
just he's nervous, right?
He's crazy nervous. He knows that then the totem must be lit, but what you do with the lit totem after that, like set on fire and burnt, but after that, you're not 100% certain what to do with it. You were pretty young the last time you actually came through one of these. and everything's just got you rattled. Every time you try and remember your grandfather's voice in your head, you just fixate on the last time he talked to you, which is rather unpleasant. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Take your time, think it through. We will keep an eye on the trees.
Okay. I think I just need a bit of time to focus.
So should I keep quiet?
Ideally, but I don't want to yuck your yum. If that's what you do, that's fine. But yes, please. Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
awkwardly sit down and like try to meditate, try to calm down.
Love it. Very well.
And just try to breathe, which is coming out very rattly at the
Very
moment.
well.
while this is happening, sorry, Josh, I'd like to attempt to just kind of blend into the shadows and be ready to intercept any potential danger.
Very well. You do that. Him, Selenox. Do you have anything to add on this? Do you have any thoughts on how to assist, or other than being quiet?
I'm going to take up a position. Take the position.
Oh,
goodness.
I want all the
Not that
positions.
one. No.
But my body is telling me.
Hey, Dead Fox. Good to see you.
No, I'm gonna. I'm
called presenting.
standing ready. I'm watching. I'm standing
Called
behind.
something.
Standing ready with my shield out.
Like,
Hand on my
protectively
rapier.
behind Smoothie? Like,
Yeah.
near him? Yeah, cool. Alrighty. Him, anything to add?
I am looking in the direction that they are not.
Nice.
Basically, just kind of think of it, the clearing. I just imagine us at 3 points of the clearing, keeping
Covered.
an eye on it, make
Cool.
sure that Smoothie's,
Awesome. In which case, Smoothie, you may
Yeah.
now take another... Unless you would like to use a different technique other than history, I will throw it to you. If you can think and logic out a good reason to use a different skill. Arcana, for example, I would allow if you could try, if you're like trying to logic.
I am going to try and breathe, and while I don't think he can remember with his mind, he might be able to remember through sheer fondness and watching his grandfather's every move. And I'm going to attempt a wisdom check to mimic the motions that he can remember.
Okay.
lucky.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. Hey, Zadasha. Good to see you, Dead Fox. Thanks for joining us. Bloody champions.
Alright.
Zadasha is Daria, the artist of our channel. So yes, all of the little characters you can see turning around in the bottom corner are Daria's work, and Daria will be drawing us a smoothie soon.
Oh, Daria, you're so sweet.
She is. Oh, Daria and her little pot friend are absolutely gorgeous. So yeah,
Okay.
make me a wisdom check,
Okay.
and the rest of you can
I'm
make
gonna look
perception
over-
checks, please.
I'm gonna look over at him actually before he makes a perception check and goes, "Is it true that you guys are you can inspire people? Is that true?"
Let me think. Actually, no, you should think. Focus. And then I just like move my hands towards you, and all of a sudden you just get some clarity in your mind.
Uh-huh.
I use a bardic inspiration. So yeah,
Nice.
you will get a D8 to an ability check.
Ooh.
And
attack
see,
roll.
it seems like it's important, so I
Thank you.
slightly
Thank you.
metagames, but
Thank you. I know. Thank you, Smoothie. I really do appreciate that. Jack, yeah.
I was just like, I was giving him the opportunity, but no, he is going to look for danger.
In fairness, it's been a while since I played a bard.
which
Fair
is
enough.
which is really great that I asked for that because I
Good.
got a 6 on the D20, a
But-
6 on the inspiration die. So
And your
that's a
wisdom's pretty
12.
good.
plus 4 is a 16.
16.
Okay.
Very well. Perception check from everybody else, please, while Smoothie is doing this, because, Smoothie, you recall what you need to do to activate this. You have now a very clear image in your head of your grandfather lighting this totem and then running it around all of the runes like he was painting the inside of the groove.
My eyes are completely unfocused. It's like I'm being possessed by the memory. I'm just pure instinct.
And as the fire goes through, the runes seem to glow. The rock the stones, the runes are made of, begins to sort of glow this unearthly, very pale blue, and exude a sort of mist that, as they paint the runes around the circle, the mist drops down and sort of fills up the gateway between these two standing stones. And the final act is to throw the totem through it, and the mist, you remember, just sort of curls into this vortex and opens up into... You can't see what's on the other side, but you know that you can now walk through it. You have to then do that thing. But the rest of you is 17, 16, and an 11. So you all notice this thing. Perception checks, please. Any over 8 notice this noise. And...
For those who don't have the noise, could you describe it, please?
It is the howling of wolves. They are not far off, and him, as you turn to look and guard that side after you give Smoothie that very nice inspiration, you notice a tall, dark Corvum leaning against a tree.
Oh, damn it.
Not far from the standing stones. Just sort of watching you all.
We got company. We got company. And I start backing away from that tree towards the middle.
I'm just doing muscle memory, I think, at the moment. So, like, I don't think I even necessarily, like, hear what's going on. But, like, the moment that, like, right before I'm doing it, I'll, like, grab my sickle again, my holy symbol, hold it to my chest and go, can't wait to meet you. And I'll attempt to open the mist up.
Very well. It will take you 20 seconds. And you know that before you light the fire, you do have to have the drops of blood.
Oh, yeah, I can absolutely do that. That is fine. Yep.
Yeah.
Not a problem. I mean, I've got a sickle in my hand, so
yeah,
easy enough.
The tall and dark Corvum says, I am afraid I cannot let you leave, my little friend. Our business is not concluded. You may have found some help, but sadly, you have doomed them. And the wolves howl again. What do you do?
I'm going to try really hard to keep focused. My hand almost drops the sickle. And I just go, I can't stop. I can't. I've only got one shot. Please just keep him off me for another couple of seconds, please.
You got it.
Meric,
Him.
this gentleman hisses. And roll for initiative, please. And...
We're going to need that battle music.
I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, can I get 2 rolls in chat, 2 d20s in chat, please? So, I need some initiative for my peeps as well. Wow, him got a 20. 20.
18.
Ruffles got an 18.
Oh my goodness.
Stellanox got an 8.
Oh no, it wasn't that bad.
It's not amazing, but it's not awful.
No, I read it as a 1.
Jesus, why is chat getting all these 20s?
I don't think I have time to do any of my cleric stuff, even if it would work. So let's go with the straight roll of 12 total.
12. 12 for Smoothie. And then Meric got a 21. He is a +2.
Oh, boy.
He's a +1 rather. In fact, it'd be 22, but it doesn't really matter. He got high. And the other thing got a 3 from Zadasha. Thank you very much, Zadasha. which means it's a 5 all up, but that's okay. So basically it's Meric, you guys, and then the other thing. You probably can guess the other thing is wolves. And I think, guys, we will take a quick breaklet there, just in time to, get you all pumped up. Humped, that's different. And we will, we will be back 5 minutes tops. We're just going to have a quick pee break. We'll be right back for some more Humblewood as we enter into the combat with this blatantly a vampire Corvum. So, we will be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stick around and we'll say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye to my character.
BRB.
Fast and ahoy, g'day once again to you mateys. We'll be back with more Humblewood. I promised these guys during the break a little bit of a surprise. The surprise being we reached our subscriber goal today. Crazy. And I'm stoked. And I didn't actually thank chat specifically. Thank you so much, particularly Castellan, who was the one who got us there, which is just excellent. So whenever we reach a major goal, I give everyone who's playing inspiration. So you all have inspiration. You get advantage on one thing if you want it.
Okay, I have a feeling I might need it for this bloody ritual. Okay.
So, Smoothie, yes. If you want to do the ritual during the fight, you have to use your action every turn and be at the stones every turn to do the ritual. However, you may use your bonus action to assist the others. Thanks very much, Dead Fox. So, at the very beginning of this combat, it comes as no great surprise to you that this guy takes a dim view of you trying to open this portal. He has expressed his satisfaction at the idea of you doing it. Meric, his name is Meric. Smoothie knows that, the rest of you don't. Hisses and flies toward you impossibly fast, his feathered arms seeming to assist, propelling him. Howls sound again in the woods around you, much closer this time. And Meric, I'm going to say Ro is right in the way, is like actively protecting Smoothie's back. So Meric will go for Selenox first. This is a large Corvum, so he's actually about your size, Selenox. If anything, he might be a little taller. And he swings at you with his longsword. Now, Meric has
he moved into melee weapon range by any chance?
He definitely does.
Yeah, sweet. So I'm
Battlemaster, here we go.
I'm going to react to that. So
Let me tell you why fuck
get
you.
in my space. And I'm going to use brace, so I'll hit him with my rapier and get a superior dice on top of that. Superiority dice.
Very well.
Hopefully.
Well, his first slash attack hits you for a 22. I'm pretty confident that hits you with his longsword, but you can retaliate and smack him back. Selenox, make that attack roll.
Come on, Selenox, you got this.
25 to hit.
25 to hit. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you got that. Yeah.
God, actually, I think his armor class is lower than that.
There's some dragons that doesn't hit, I think. Tony Goldstrom, thank you for the sub.
Hey.
Bloody champion. 15.
15 plus my superiority dice.
Oh,
so I've
I'm
got
sorry.
An extra
Yes,
5
of course.
on top of that, which I rolled. So
Silly
20
DM.
damage.
20
as
damage.
I stab him with my rapier.
Very well, you do that.
Or slash with my rapier.
You slash at him with your rapier for 20 damage. He takes 20 damage.
Has he rolled for damage on me yet?
He has. He got.
Sorry, I missed it.
I'm about to tell you. 12 points of slashing damage with his longsword. He is doing a two-handed strike. I rolled an 8 on the dice. And then he goes for a second attack. Does a 15 hit you, Selenox? That clanky armor's coming in handy, but now he goes in, his beak unhinges, and It's a bit weird for you because he has fangs. And he hisses and his beak opens and yeah.
I hate it.
It's not implying. Bitch, thank you for the gifted sub, you bloody champion. Kiwi Sniper, enjoy those sub emotes. Yeah. Ro does an 18 hit.
No, it does not.
What?
Wow.
What is your AC?
20.
Wow.
Oh, gross.
Are you playing
I love
armor?
it.
Nice. So yeah, and
When I
presumably a
asked you
shield.
if I could have plate, I was like,
That will
no,
be
he's
white.
going to
Yeah, yeah.
realize it. He's going to say no.
Yeah. No. I was just like, oh yeah, that's right. And you're rocking a shield and a rapier, yeah? Oh, alright. So the shield comes up. It is the shield that saves you from this, and he sort of bites down on the edge of your shield.
Oof.
Yeah, and tears off a chunk of your wooden shield in his teeth. Lucky because that was necrotic damage and it would have healed him a bit. So yeah, Meric is a homebrew, and yes, he that's the end of his turn, and we go to him. What do you do?
Blinded by the light. And I point
Nice.
at.
Nice.
I'm going
You
to
already
point
have
at
inspiration,
the.
otherwise I would have given you it.
I'm going to point at the Corvum, and
Yep.
I'm going to.
Very
cast-
important. Which one?
Yes. I'm going to point.
Yes.
I'm going to point at the one that is not my ally.
One that's
And-
biting someone's shield.
Correct.
Turncoats.
Yeah, that one. And I'm going to cast blindness, deafness.
Ooh. Like it. Is this a
Alright,
resistance
it's popping
check?
up. It's popping up in the. Whoop, hang on. It is maybe.
Got like a little bar.
So it's a So okay, it doesn't show up, but it is
Weird.
a Constitution saving throw of
Con save.
15.
Okay. Oh, no, you have blinded him.
Oh shit.
8 total. Oh no,
Yep,
it's
okay.
a 10 total. I have yeah.
So, if it fails, the target is either blinded or deafened. Your choice for the duration. I'm going with blinded. At the end of each of its turns, it then makes
remake
another
the save.
Constitution saving throw.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Life Gambit.
Wrapped
thank
up
you.
like a douche. And then,
yeah.
and then I turn back to Smoothie. I'm like, you can do it. And I'm going to give you another bardic inspiration just in case you need to make another roll.
I'm imagining him if Elvis was a peacock, but it's the Elvis in the full white.
Are we talking about the same
sparkly.
Elvis? He was a big. Sorry, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, absolutely. Marvelous. Alrighty. Yeah, you do that.
Cool.
Yeah, you have blinded him. It's now Ruffle.
Okay.
With the 18. Why can I hear the thoughts in my head again? Don't like that at all. There we go. Don't like being able to hear the voices.
Then I've got a quick question for you, Josh. Earlier, I did specify that I wished to hide in the shadows.
Yeah.
in order to detect. Am I currently stealth?
Yeah, let us say yes. I will say yes.
In which case,
No.
I was back by one of the trees, although completely unseen. Ruffle, due to his class, can climb at basically no additional movement cost. So what happens is, and at like normal movement speed. So what happens is there's this skitter of a shadow up a tree before this blanket of like a black spot of darkness just glides over this Vampirc Corvum. And then these two elongated robe-covered wings just engulf the enemy Corvum. And sneak attack.
Very well. Yeah, you sneak attack Meric von Krensky.
Have I sold it enough to get advantage on that?
Yeah, you snuck.
Flying.
So yeah.
Okay.
You were stealth, so don't you get advantage if you were stealth?
I'm gonna be honest, I've never played a rogue before.
That is
Really?
correct.
Don't actually
Yeah, I believe
know.
so.
You get the
yeah.
advantage. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm
So
gonna
you would be
need
attacking
it.
with advantage.
Oh, that's lucky. That's a 23.
23 hits. The 14 would not have, but the 23 does.
No.
You
All right.
try to put me out of the job.
I'm doing my best, but I'm failing hard. All right. So first of all, that's going to be
They're all
7
singing.
from the short sword. But in addition to that, I get the 3d6 from the sneak attack.
Oh dear. Level 6s, man.
Yep.
It's only a CR2 monster. I buffed him a bit, but his allies need to get here.
So that's 20.
That's another 20.
That's 20 damage done to him there. However, because I'm a rogue, and because I was already sneaking, I do have 2 weapon fighting, which means I think I could use my bonus action as another attack.
Yeah, you can. You don't get the sneak attack on the second, but yes.
No. Is this still
God.
an advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Actually, I would say no, but the 19
You've been
does.
revealed.
Well, a 19.
Yeah.
Okay. Then,
19
I mean,
does.
it was a dagger was my offhand weapon, but that's full damage at 7,
Ooh,
so that's
7.
27 in 1 round. So as these blades just, like, pierce into this thing, like, Ruffle leans forward and sort of whispers in his ear, it's like, no, sweet, there's no hurt, no pain, let it go. He gave you a blessing, but it is no blessing, and you are not worthy.
All right. You
At
do
which
that.
point, I will skitter backwards back into the shadows.
Do you get
But
a free
I know
disengage?
Oh, well...
Use your bonus action, so no.
Yeah, I can't do that, no. But
You're gonna stay there then?
Oh, sure, I've got my hooks in this guy. I'm hugging him. Yeah, let's just stay where I am. I'm being super creepy. That's
All
good.
right. Yeah, you were. All right.
So
Smoothie.
accomplished.
You
Yeah,
are doing
yes, sir.
the thing?
Yeah, I'm doing the ritual. Do I need to roll something?
I do not require a roll for the ritual. You use your action to begin. You do about a third of it. You are running. My big question to you, do you get the blood from him and Selenox? Because you know they need the blood. You know that no one can go through it if they haven't bled on the totem.
You described it as all blood of Vistani, which is just me.
Yeah, but anybody who wants to go through it needs to bleed on the totem.
Okay.
But
I don't think so, because Jack misinterpreted that, and it's more fun dramatically if they have to move around and do shit. So, I'm gonna say, when you got a sec, maybe cut your finger a little bit, drip it a little bit into the circle. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna keep cutting.
I would allow you to use your first action before you actually begin this process to get the blood, is really my question.
Tell you what, I'll do it like this, because I was going to use a bonus action anyway. Like seeing all of this kind of happening at once, I'm going to, I realize what I've forgotten. And then all of a sudden, there's like a little, like, pair of feathers that looks like a bunch of wings that looks like an owl, and you all collectively feel a prick on your fingers as I cast spiritual weapon, but not knowingly. And if you'll allow it, that's what I'll spend my turn kind of doing.
Very well.
So yeah, I'll mark that spell off, and we'll get the blood that way.
You
and it
gather
just kind
the
of
blood, and there is a
onto the
spiritual
second.
weapon. Where is the spiritual weapon? Hovering over Selenox?
I think once it's collected the blood, it's kind of flapping around me,
What
just
does
kind
it
of
look like?
protectively. I think it looks like an owl.
Cool.
Aww.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
You know, like, and
A
he didn't
Tyton
even
owl.
necessarily, a Tyton
Yeah.
owl. He didn't even necessarily summon it. It's just there. And then all of a sudden, like, you guys feel a prick in your finger, and then there's blood.
I adore that.
Kind of, yeah.
There is a large, almost midnight black barn owl. It is almost easier to see because it is the night sky in its wings, like it's like a shadow of the night sky. But you can see its eyes, and on its chest is a trio of stars and a half moon, like a crescent moon, which is the symbol of Tyton that is also on the sickle that Smoothie is holding. This owl swoops down and pricks Selenox and him's fingers, and Smoothie just sort of, thank you, and buggers off again. Excellent. Alrighty. That brings us to Selenox. You are George Foreman to George Foreman with a vampire.
Yeah, this world is fucked.
I love that this is the first Aussie accent we've had from a player character in this world. Like, this world is fucked, eh? Oh, no.
This world's rooted. Rooted.
Bruce and Strikey, mate.
All the things. All right, so I'm gonna hit him with my rapier.
You do that. Do you? Do you now?
Oh,
No,
I don't know if I do.
now
10 to
one.
hit.
That does not.
God.
Oof, oof, oof.
He sways out of the way and says, the first time was a good one, but you need to be faster than that. He looks like he's having fun.
Oh dear. Always a good sign.
Says you. You missed me with your bloody teeth.
Oh, just
And then
FYI, he's blind, so I actually think he might actually get disadvantage on, or he might get advantage on attack rolls.
On attacking. I don't think he gets disadvantage on defense. Could be wrong.
Okay, I'll double check anyway. Yeah.
Thank you.
well, either way,
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Ah, all right.
Ah.
Very well.
so I can roll again.
Yeah, you can.
I like that was like an initial attack though, and you went, "Oh, you'll have to do better than that," and
then you
Okay.
just stab him.
He was like,
25. 25
Good
does.
advice.
All
Plus
right.
9 weapon.
Yeah.
Jesus.
15 damage on that one.
Yeah.
How does that feel then?
That was quite painful. I'll give you that.
And then I'm gonna use my extra attack, so I'm gonna slice
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
you did.
wow. Okay.
25
Another
to hit.
25. Do you want to roll it again? You have advantage. You could get
I mean,
better.
I could go for a crit,
Yeah,
but
for a
Yeah,
crit,
go
yeah.
for it.
Yeah. Go for it.
no, I'll go with the first one, eh?
Yeah, the first one? Yeah. All right. All right. I love you leaning more into the voice now. Prefer the 10. Ouch.
10 damage.
Yeah, and he hisses at that one.
Heat of the battle brings out my accent.
Yeah. Normally quite a cultured
that's great.
voice.
That's great. That'd be amazing.
I love
It
it.
says you're a
That
battle
would be
master, you just
fantastic.
become super ochre.
Get in there, you fucks!
The only
Someone
other
else is
super
from
Aussie character in this world so far has been a platypun named,
yeah.
Amazing.
named the VEG. Paladin. Who took Jude's Earth of Glory. Alrighty, so yeah, do you do anything else? Are you happy there, Selenox? You're engaged, but you know,
Congratulations.
you're probably
Yeah.
quite happy being there, to be honest.
Low
Yeah,
hanging fruit.
I'm all
dude.
good.
Yeah, I know it was too easy. I thought it. I was like, nah, someone else will grab that one.
I do like the idea though that Selenox is from like a little sub part of Humblewood, which
Yeah.
is like Aussie wood, and that's where the accent comes out.
It's actually the Underdark. It's upside down. So
Awkward.
we did do that actually. We've had Bizarro
shit.
World Humblewood before.
Amazing.
So and now, guys, bad news. Out on the fringes of this clearing, you see a trio of wolves arrive.
Oh, shit.
2 from one direction and 1 from another. They are going to bound towards you guys. One of them is going to move towards him. The other 2 are coming towards Ruffle and Selenox. It would seem that this guy has pretty much dismissed Smoothie as a threat, which is probably wise in his pay. Whereas he's definitely identified Selenox and Ruffle as primary causes of most of his problems in life at the moment. So yeah, he's sick to wolf on each of you 3, while Smoothie is like, I'm good, I'm just gonna stab you guys in the hands and then go off and let this thing on fire. So yeah, we are getting
I'm okay with it.
3 dire wolves have entered the fray. 2 of them are going to get advantage because of their pack tactics feature. I don't make chat roll for enemy attacks against players though, so I'll roll this. Well, a 19 on the dice will probably hit. That would 19 on the dice.
Against
Plus 5. I mean, it'll hit anybody, but I think Selenox is going first here because She has done the most damage.
And because you got it over 20.
Well, I didn't say that. Tell you what, no, all right, that's a valid point, though.
No.
I didn't state it, so, the Dasher, can you roll me highs or lows? Exclamation mark, roll space 2, please. Highs is Selenox, lows, Ruffle. Because I did roll with advantage, so it's definitely one of those two.
Yeah, maybe the chat should roll.
Come on, chat. 2. Was that Ruffle?
No, I'm pretty sure that was Selenox.
Hi, Selenox. I was Selenox. Okay, good.
Was it?
So, Selenox, I'm afraid you take 2d6 of piercing damage. That's a further 8. Oh, actually, very big. That's it was only 5 on the 2d6. So yeah, that's 8 for you, and then Ruffle, you're going to get a little ruffled as well, maybe. A 16 on the dice plus 5, 21.
Well, I was going to say 16 beats it anyway. That's my armor class.
Well, that's a little bit better, or worse. That is a total of 14 points of damage from that wolf. I rolled a 6 and a 5 plus 3.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
I took some damage.
Pound it.
God.
Mitch, him is going to get attacked as well, but this one is off on his own, so he's only rolling without advantage. I'm pretty confident, however, a 17 on the dice will do it.
I see it coming in, and I throw my hand up. I cast Shield.
Out of curiosity, does that make your AC 22?
No, it makes my AC 19.
Yeah, sorry, it's a plus 5 to hit.
Oh, wait, you rolled 17.
I rolled 17.
I thought you said beat 17. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, no. 22.
Alright, well, I think I still would cast Shield, but yeah.
No, you don't have to because you didn't hear me properly. That's fine.
Okay.
But you do take a 10 piercing damage. And
Got
all
it.
3 of you can make me strength saving throws, please.
10 damage. And strength saving throw.
I feel bad. I feel like I should be getting some of this.
All right, I am torn clean in half.
Ruffle, you are prone.
Okay.
Him is not. Him is fine. And Selenox, with a plus 8, will struggle to not be... Does in fact get knocked prone as well. The 2 of you are dragged away from Meric. Who, yeah.
What is with this world and all these teeth things?
It is unpleasant. It is very unpleasant.
Yeah, you are both on the ground being savaged by dire wolves. And we go back to the top of the order, and it's Meric's turn. Now, it's the end of his turn that he makes the save, is it not?
Correct, yes.
Alrighty. However, at the beginning of his turn, he does regenerate, because he hasn't taken any radiant damage. I probably shouldn't have said that last bit.
God damn it, Smoothie!
So he regains some hit points.
We trusted you!
Bye! He is going to... Yeah, he's gonna attack you guys. He is still blind, but he can hear you being savaged by wolves. So he is attacking at disadvantage, but you are prone. So it evens
that
itself
balances out, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're lucky he doesn't have pack tactics as well. Yeah, he is going to throw, I'm going to say, 1 longsword attack at each of you.
Okay.
First of all, the first will go to Ruffle. A 5 on the dice, plus 5, probably doesn't hit.
That is a miss. I feel like I'm being ruffled out
Well,
of
he's
the way.
also
I'm being
trying
worried
not
out of the way.
to. He's also trying not to cut the head off his wolf.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then the second one comes around and tries to beat the ridiculous AC of Selenox. A crit fail. So no. Stabs. He goes, "Argh!" Now, I'm going to have him roll a perception check because he has keen senses.
Cool.
No, he rolled 3. That's fine. Don't worry. So yeah, and he sheaths his longsword, and yeah, he is going to, and I'm going to actually have this type as a throne as weapons. It's pretty intimidating, by the way. Just saying. Thanks, Tony. Bit of a weird. Don't know where that came from, but yes.
I
I think
Tony,
it's
could you-
I think it's the origin of shat.
Oh, right, okay. I'm with you.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll for highs or lows because I don't like making the chat decide this. This will be to figure out which of the two of you he tries to nibble upon. Highs being Ruffle, lows being Selenox. It's lows. That's a 1. Selenox, you are going to get bit, maybe. Probably not, let's be honest. 19 on the dice is okay. Plus 6,
Oh,
it's
shit.
25. Okay. All right. Delicious. Before 9 necrotic damage.
Yeah, Smoothie, we might actually need you back here.
Yeah. He leaps
take the
upon you,
cleaners.
Selenox, and he's biting you.
You could at least take me to dinner first. Jesus.
Yes. You're the worst hickey of your life.
Is that how it works? Is that how it works?
No. Him, it's your turn. Oh yeah, he's also gonna make that save. Con save. Ooh. Does
16.
a 16. 16.
Does.
Ah, damn it. Well,
As he's drinking the blood, it courses through him, and yeah, his eyes snap back into focus, and Selenox, he's like right here.
Yeah, I get like a great view of that. Fantastic.
His eyes they were almost cataracted, cloudy, and then they
This
come
just
back
became
in,
a
you're
lot
like-
more intimate, and I'm not sure how I feel about it now.
Tim, it's your turn. There is a wolf
fight him back. Fight him back.
Okay. I'm like, it's fake, yo. And then I start kind of like gesticulating wildly in a direction. And off in that direction, all of you can hear the sound of crackling, blazing fire. And this wall of flame looks like it's coming through the trees, and you feel the heat on you as well as it's approaching. Not painful. I cast Major Image because, to me, wolves are going to be scared of fire, so I want to create a wall of fire coming towards to try and scare them off, and I'm hoping that that's going to help. So, basically, they will need to make a intelligence investigation. Is it here? A creature that uses its action to examine the image can determine that it's an illusion. Really?
Pretty good.
See if I can put this up. I don't think it's. I think you have to actually focus to see that it is.
Otherwise,
Realize
it's
it's
completely
not.
real to them.
Is it- It's a
Otherwise, it
major
seems completely
image, yeah.
realistic. So, and I shouted out, obviously, it's fake, yo. And I recognize that old mate on the ground, Meric.
Meric probably
Yeah,
will
to
realize
understand that,
this
but
is
wolves
not-
don't.
The wolves aren't smart.
Yeah. That's
No.
what I'm hoping, and that's what's going on.
I
That's
like it.
awesome, dude. I love
Really
that.
good idea. All right. I will have them make an investigation check on their turn to realize that is not real.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they probably would. So, yeah. Do you do anything else? Bonus action? You happy?
I stay. I'm just kind of moving around.
You do have a wolf
Kind of
in base
dodge-
contact with you.
I'm like, and yeah, I feel like I'm backing away, and it's moving slightly with me, but like I'm not ducking out of range, and I'm
Yeah.
like pointing over in that direction, just trying to, yeah.
Cool.
Combat
Alrighty.
scat.
That's it.
You do that. We go to Ruffle. You are on the ground with a wolf on you.
Yes, I am. Now, let me see. Sorry,
You want
I
grapple,
was
though.
thinking
You
about
can
this.
get up if you want.
Yeah. I think. Oh, I'm torn between two actions here, but I'll speed things along. As you see Ruffle being knocked prone and such, he, like, you could see going, and then there's just like a split second, and he just flings the wolf off him, and his eyes are murderous. And I'm going to use a bonus action to rage. I've been blooded, and this thing has just pissed me off. So I'm going to rage with my my one level of barbarian feature.
Rogue Barons are terrifying. Yeah.
I'm hoping so. I haven't gone very far into it though. So, so as he's done that, he's now going to, as he pushes the wolf off him, he then leaps at the wolf with like both blades just coming down, just like there's no finesse in this anymore. He's just hacking this thing. Now, unfortunately, I thought barbarians got reckless attack at level 1, but apparently they do not. I can enrage though, which does give me other benefits, which is fine.
And
but
you also have inspiration as well, so
I
you
do
can get an advantage if you do
if I want to use that. I'm not sure I want to use that quite yet. Now, here's a question.
You don't want to give them advantage to hit you anyway, right?
Yeah, probably not. Here's a question though. I was right next to Meric and Selenox.
Yep.
Would this wolf be considered within 5 feet of Selenox? We're all kind of clustered around
we're all
each
sort
other.
of clustered each other, yeah.
All right. It doesn't give me advantage, but it means I can stealth. I can sneak attack. But we'll see, because the short sword attack comes in. Does a 16 hit a direwolf?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So that's going to be not so great. The 5 plus another 3d6.
Ooh.
So that's going to be 17 damage in total as he brings the short sword down, and then with his bonus attack, he's just coming down with the dagger on the dire wolf as well. He's just, he's just
ham on
it right now.
Do you get rage damage?
Unfortunately, I do not, because it's only on strength weapons, and I'm using finesse weapons.
Ah, of course.
So unfortunately, that's not as good. 14.
So I have a rule, if you equal the DC, I tell you what it is, you equal the DC.
So that's a hit then, beats it?
14 is what you needed.
Okay, fantastic. So,
I borrowed that from Des of the Eldritch Scribe, and I like it.
That's another 4 damage, so that was 21 damage, I believe, in total.
21 all
on
up.
the direwolf. Yeah.
Nice. The direwolf is bloodied, definitely bloodied, but it is not down yet, and it's pierced. And you've stood up?
Yeah, I've just gone, and then I've just leaned down its face, and I've just gone, wretched beast! And then I've, pushed myself off it with both blades still embedded in the wolf, and now I'm standing above it,
And, yeah, the wolf takes the second one and howls in anguish, as it, cops that to its ribcage. And, yeah, you do that. Smoothie.
Now, actually, sorry, Oh, no, wait, no, bonus attack.
You've already done the bonus action.
Was this offhand attack, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Well, no, actually, your bonus action was rage.
Oh, it was. I'm sorry, I couldn't do that
17
second attack.
only.
So, just 17 only. My apologies.
That's all right.
I'm not good with rogues.
No, fair enough. The action economy is killer. So, Smoothie.
Okay, how far along am I in the ritual?
You were about to start it, really. Do you have to
I
get the
haven't
blood
started.
first?
Amazing.
You've lit. You can
Okay.
light. I'd say you have lit the flame, but you have yet to actually start painting.
I start the ritual. That's all I can do.
You can use your bonus action.
Yep, let's spiritual weapon something of your choice, because he isn't aware of it. As far as I'm concerned, he hasn't even seen this fucking owl. It's literally flying out of his vision, and he's just going through the motions. He's barely paying attention. This owl is just protecting
I am
him.
looking across the screen. There is one wolf attacking each of the players. Him as 1, Ruffles 2, Selenox 3, and 4 would be Meric the Vampire. Someone in chat, please. Tony Karlstrom, Zadasha, anybody fancies it? ! Roll space 4. That will determine which one of the foes the owl goes for.
Let's try and go for Meric, because technically it's radiant damage.
We're looking
but,
number 4. 2 is the answer. It goes for the one Ruffles fighting, which is good, because that one's already a bit messed up.
1d8.
Tony Galstrom got a 4, though. Nelderberry got a 2, which was the one we got first, and Nelderberry hasn't rolled yet. Hey, Nelderberry, good to see you, my friend. Cool.
Okay.
So it is going for the one against Ruffle. Please roll me
I
that
actually don't know what kind of damage it is. Evocation.
I think it's radiant.
Yeah, I mean, spiritual weapon, we can probably assume.
Yeah, I believe so.
Is it advantage? Is he prone? Is the wolf prone?
The wolf is not prone.
Wolf is not prone, then it might not hit.
It's
But that
plenty flanked,
is...
though.
I don't think that counts for spiritual weapon. I only got a
not.
13, so that's a miss.
Not enough, sadly, no.
It's +7. Yeah.
Your spiritual weapon gives a sort of the high-pitched hunting owl noise. And the wolf ducks under it just in time. These are large creatures. This is a wolf the size of a cart horse. And it manages to miss the side of a barn door.
Otherwise, I'm barely paying attention. I don't really know what's going on. But I'm just trying to keep my breath under control because I know that I have to trust that Ruffles picks people that will keep me safe in the meantime. So
Love it.
yeah.
You do that. Telenox, we are to you, and thank you for the follow, Legends of Alos.
Do I have to use a bonus action to get up?
It's
when
half
I'm
your
prone?
movement.
Oh yeah, sweet. All right, so
I ain't going anywhere. I'm afraid of no ghosts.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna carry basically. I've got a wolf mauling me and I've got a vampire on my neck, but I'm gonna get up anyway with them both there.
Yeah.
Because that's just what you do. And then I am going to use my rapier on the vampire attached to my neck because I don't like he's attached to my neck.
Yeah.
11 to hit. No.
He does release your neck.
Well,
I'm
that's
imagining
nice.
this is you do a sort of flourish with your rapier and it sort of forces him back and you get to your feet and he hisses at you, your blood dripping from his teeth, from his beak. Extra attack?
Yeah, I'm going to use my extra attack as well. So we'll try again. Now he's off my neck.
19 does... Yeah, that does hit. Yeah.
Oh, good. He's not Selenox. That's great news.
He is wearing half plate.
News.
Well, 12.
12 damage.
That's how much he healed in the last round.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Mitch,
You are a
have
fighter.
literally done the meme. You've
Action,
there's
sir.
fire
Yeah,
all
yeah.
around
Yeah,
us.
I'm looking at
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just not a dog with a hat. Damn.
There are dogs here, though.
Oh, God.
Sorry. Right.
That's okay. I'm reading my sheet. I'm also going to use my bonus action to get second wind.
Valid.
So I'm going to roll
Nice.
a d10.
Uh-huh.
And I get some HP back. So I rolled
Delicious
1.
HP. Oh, rough.
But
Plus
I
your
get a
con.
plus 6.
Yeah.
So I get 7 HP
Plus
back.
6. What is your con mod?
I don't know, a lot. It's plus
Must
3.
be- Okay.
And then I must have something else in there. All right, so it's
All right.
plus 6.
If she's a fighter, she has proficiency.
Oh, add proficiency. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
I know
And
too much
then-
about this fucking game.
And we're grateful for
Jack,
that. Thank
Jack
you.
does this for
We
money.
actually are.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use action surge. So I'm going to go again because I'm
Yeah, you
annoyed
can.
that this guy keeps trying to bite my neck.
Fighter.
So I'm going to stab him again. Stab him.
Stab him. Stand back while I practice my stat. That's a nat 20.
20 to hit.
Nat 20's in
Hell
chat.
yeah.
I'm gonna say, reasonably confidently, bro, how do you do this?
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll first?
I mean, you'll struggle to not, but sure.
I mean, like...
Rolling
that would be
dice is fun.
awkward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rolling
I do
dice
it.
is fun. I'm not going to deny you that.
16.
16's pretty good.
is that 16 and
is.
doubles?
No, I
it's
think
crit?
she's already rolled the damage twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
It does it automatically on the
yeah.
app.
You do that, and it does that, and yeah, you do 6 points more than his remaining hit points. So, how do you do this?
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, so Selenox, the first strike, he's gonna like swing round and it's just a normal kind of sword hit. And then as he sees he's going down, he looks at him, she looks at him, and she's like, nah, didn't like your teeth on me. And the sword goes straight up through,
I like
out the
it.
back of the head.
Nice. Yeah, there is this.
That'll teeth him.
Tell me to
got-
work on my aim, will you?
He got terminated. He was holding like a little jug of milk, and it's just gone right through the milk and right through the back of the neck.
Pog. As Daria correctly observes, Pog. Yes, Pog's in chat. Brilliant. Selenox, well done.
And I believe I still have one more attack.
You do.
Yeah,
I
you do.
apologize. Carry on.
Oh
There is
my
an
God.
angry wolf next to you.
Yes. So I'm going to pull my rapier out of our friend, who is no longer with us, and then I'm going to turn and hit the wolf.
You do that. You don't do that.
No, I don't do that.
Oh.
No, I'm a bit distracted. I'm
You
distracted.
were like, that was a pretty badass line.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with that. Oh shit, there's still a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do that. It's the wolves' turn. The wolves are going to make intelligence checks to determine whether or not the fire is dangerous. Wow, those
That
are
was
some
so
smart
good,
wolves.
Mitch. Oh no!
So I rolled a
No,
17.
I don't think we'll be doing that.
I rolled a 17, a 16, and an 8. I'm going to say that the one attacking Mitch, because they lined up underneath your screens on my dice tray, so the one attacking Mitch is the one that's stupid enough to think that this is a real fire that's come out of nowhere. And it uses its action to disengage from you. Now its master that it obeys completely is no longer alive. This would not have worked had the vampire still been conscious. But, yeah, he did. So, yeah, the other two, however, are pretty bloodthirsty. The 17 attacking Ruffle is pretty upset with the whole being stabbed in the back thing. And the one attacking Selenox just got swashbuckled at, with the rapier, and it's upset about that. So they are going to attack you two. But yeah, him,
sorry, Josh. Can they do that if they've used their actions to determine that
Yeah,
it's...
they would have had to use their
Okay.
action to investigate.
I'm happy for you to rule that as. I'm happy for you to
You
rule
know
that
what?
as
This
a
is
bonus.
exciting.
Okay, you're not
Just
getting
attack me.
attacked, are you?
Come on, come on, bring it
No,
on.
it's fine. It's
I tell you
also
what,
think
they
it's
won't be
quite-
getting the advantage.
Okay, let's
Beautiful.
keep it exciting. I'm happy
Yeah.
to take a bite. Come on, come on.
Otherwise,
Nothing
it's just
happens
easy.
for road round.
Yeah.
No, I will take their pack tactics off them though for this time. They are a little out of sync now. Their vampire master is no longer controlling them. A 17 to hit Ruffle.
Well, now I regret everything. Life choices. Yes, of course that is.
And then I shout out, "Thank you for the music," and I use cutting words. So that is going to require a reroll.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
Oh, hang on a second. No, sorry. As a reaction, when a creature that's not immune to being charmed makes an attack roll, you can expend one bardic inspiration dice. Roll the dice and subtract that. Okay, so I've got to roll. I've got to roll an 8. I'll do
Listen,
Cutting
this.
words?
if you roll anything over a 1, I'm safe.
Oh, hang on. Exclamation point. Roll 8.
1.
Oh, no.
I appreciate the
You shouldn't have
attempt, dude. That
bothered
was
saying
really
it.
Cool. That was really cool, though.
It was very cool. Oh my god. A 6 and a 5 on the dice plus 3. It's another 14 damage, Ruffle, which you
Except-
half because you're raging.
And then I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge, because I am a thief, and I can then, as a reaction, half any incoming damage if I can see the creature, which I assume I
Knock
can.
it down to 3 then.
3 HP.
Yeah, that's all right. But make me a strength save, Ruffle.
Okay, now here's where... Oh, wait, I get advantage on these because I'm raging, I think. Let me double check that. Yes, I get
Alright.
advantage on strength checks and saving throws. So, let's see.
Vampire.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Alright, the
8
second one was
or
better. That was a 17.
Yeah,
I'll take
you
the 17.
you tank the charge of this wolf this time. And Selenox doesn't get advantage, probably gonna miss, does. An 11 to hit you does not, I imagine. Yeah, we go back to the top of the order. The vampire is not up anymore. Him.
fighting fire with fire, and I'm going to shoot a fireball because that is one of the additional magic secrets that I took as a College of Law bard. I'll shoot it along with shield. I'll shoot a fireball, and I want to try and hit both of them if I can. If I can't, I'm happy to pick off the one that is over Ruffles.
Very well. Yeah.
I just want to kind of target it so, it bursts in the air and it just picks them. Fireball, like actual fireball, level 3 spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will allow both.
Okay, cool. Sweet. In that case, cast. Okay.
Oh no.
So that's 26, but you get to make a saving throw.
Good.
A dexterity saving throw.
Purple is the one that's on Ruffles. Oh, a 5 and a 6.
Nuh-uh.
Probably
So
not.
yeah, 26 spicy damage.
Yeah, the one that's on Ruffles
Baby burn,
immolates.
disco burn.
The one that's on Selenox is badly scorched by this. Beta Wolf, 1969. Thank you very much for the follow. Damn. Correct. Agree completely, Daria. Yes. That's a good. Yeah, that's why we bring rogues, bards. It's also why we bring rogues. Speaking of rogues, anything else, him, or shall we go to Ruffle?
I'm done.
Found the weird corner of the internet again. Roblox Queen B.
Welcome.
Yes, weird. Yes. Welcome, weird. Yes. Yes, welcome. This is my Humblewood world. This is actually not really my Humblewood world. This is set in my Humblewood setting, but this is in Barovia, the demi-plane of Strahd von Zarovich. And we are dealing with some dire wolves and a vampire, but the vampire is very much not a concern anymore, thanks to a certain Selenox of our acquaintance. Ruffles, there is one wolf left. He's badly scorched. He's quite upset. I'm disappointed. So yeah, good. Go for it. What do you do?
Well, first of all, shit's gonna get a bit weird for a second, guys. I do apologize. First of all, as he looks down at the immolated corpse of the wolf and this probably splash damage burnt body of the vampire crow, he reaches into his robes and with a grunt pulls out 2 of his feathers. And he splits the 2 feathers into either hand and leans down, and almost like a prayer, he says, "Though we have taken, I have aided in taking of life's unique, a trade for a trade. My uniqueness, these feathers that embody myself, I give to you, even as I aided in taking your life." And I plunge both the feathers one into the body of the wolf and one into the body of Meric, at which point I look up and I leap forward, immediately redrawing my blades and coming at the wolf from behind.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is how we kill steal.
Well, let's see what my rolls are like.
I didn't mean this one. I meant the other 2, but yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, sure. I help. I'll take help.
Is this the news or something? I thought I was on Twitch. Roblox Queen, we're playing D&D. Yes, alright, make them attack rolls.
Is this the news? No.
Am I flanking?
I hope not.
I'm not going to allow. I like John's ruling on flanking. You need a third.
Okay, sure. So these are just straight attacks.
John's ruling. Yeah, this will be straight attacks.
Vampires.
Unless you still have your inspiration. I don't know if you used it before or not.
I haven't used it, but this wolf's. Let's just see what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one wolf left, and there's a few big people here, so I'm gonna take a swing.
Yes.
Should I use that inspiration? Hang on, let me think this one through. You know what? I killed Skull before. I guess I'll try a bonus action to just attack with my dagger. I think that's probably the best thing I could do. I could still technically sneak attack if I do land this hit, because it's just on one attack in the turn.
Yeah.
That's a nat 20. All right.
I'll allow the sneak attack.
Okay.
With the nat 20. Swag, you probably don't need to roll this.
Okay.
He only had 11 hit points left. I'm pretty sure you'll struggle to do less than that with a sneak attack. You can roll it if you like, but rolling is fun.
Rolling is fun.
Well, that's a 9, or I don't think I can fail this because that's a 9 on the actual dagger,
That's what I mean,
and then there's yeah. So that was 19.
19
on
of
roll.
the required 11. Yeah. How do you do this? How do you kill this? How do you kill this wolf?
Okay. As Selenox had basically been fighting this thing, and she did her final sort of riposte at it, it kind of leapt backwards to avoid the attack. And as it opens its mouth to snarl, this dagger blade just from the back of the head sort of pokes out, almost like it's one of these alien xenomorph kind of mouths sticking right out of it. At which point, Ruffles leans forward with it still pinioned on and reaches into his robes again to pull another feather out and gives the same, I evaded and taking the left, and stabs the creature before pushing it off his blade and letting it slump to the ground.
Love it. Gorgeous. I would say the fight is concluded. Well done.
Well, that was fun.
One wolf has fled, the other two have died, and as has Meric. Smoothie, it's your turn actually, but we're out of combat. What are you doing?
I helped. Not really. I think it's a combination of a couple of things. He will concentrate until the portal is open. Do I know if there's like a time limit, or is there a second?
They don't last super long, but you have a few minutes.
Okay.
Because you know, like, the standing wagons.
Just
will
by
take it
pure
through.
muscle memory, I'll turn around and I knew Meric's voice. Can I see his corpse, or has he fled?
Make me a perception check, and anybody else would like to can.
That worries me.
Use my inspiration for that. Yeah, 26.
10 for me.
Because I'm assuming that Smoothie knows a little bit more than the average Joe about vampires and stuff.
Yeah. So we have a 10 from Ruffle.
Yeah, I don't see
Ruffle
shit.
didn't see. Yeah, Ruffle did
I'm
not
on
see.
the
Selenox, I would actually like one from you, please. You are standing right next to the vampire in question. Him's probably
Sorry, what am I writing? Rolling perception.
check.
I got distracted by the conversation about the realness of us.
Yeah.
He's still alive. He's got one of my feathers sticking out of him right now. That's going to be a real embarrassing story.
19.
Yeah, you're dealing with the wolf, you turn around. Smoothie, how'd you do?
26.
26.
To use my inspiration, but
He
yeah.
is gone.
Do I see? Do I think like as soon as I have a moment, do I see him leaving? Can I whack him as I go?
He is
No.
gone. I would say you see just the faintest wisp of mist rising up from the ground where the body was. Selenox would see that as well and be like, ah!
What the fuck?
And a single crow feather is planted in the ground.
I'm gonna kind of look up and just go, if you can hear me, you better be alive. And if he's not, then you better be dead by the time I find you. Are we going?
Yeah.
You finish the portal. The portal, you throw your torch, your lit totem through the portal. The smoke coming off these runes forms into a vortex and then shoots straight into this open hole. And yeah, you can see a misty portal ahead of you. Middle left. Yeah,
Is
sounds
that
about right.
that Uncle Jim? No, wait.
Uncle Mitch.
Middle left.
I'm just
Uncle Mitch.
letting it. I'm just letting it go.
I am an uncle, but anyway, please.
So I'm gonna look. Yeah, his Smoothie's face gets real dark for a second, and then he kind of just tries to let it go, whatever dark thoughts were kind of there. And he looks at the rest of you and just goes, Ruffles, if you stay, Meric's gonna be real pissed and he knows where you are. Are you sure you don't want to come?
Ruffles takes a step forward and he says, child, you should go and get the help that you seek. And I put my hand on Selenox's shoulder and I say, but this one stays. At which point, Selenox, you feel the prick of a dagger blade at your side.
Ah, fuck.
Lord Strath has a few questions that he wishes to ask. I look across at Selenox and I say, you should come willingly, for Lord Meric will be back very soon, and you will not survive this encounter. And so, I beg you, please accept my apologies.
Ruffles. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get help for you. Okay?
Lord Strath always requires more thralls.
I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get you help. I don't know if you're still in there. I believe you are.
He palms a scroll from his belt and says to Selenox, I would advise you come with me. At which point, this crack in a mist kind of forms and it cracks open and a door within the mist is formed. And and Ruffles pushes Selenox back through the door as he steps back into it.
I will save you!
So as Ruffles is, can I call something out as we're going through the door?
Absolutely, yeah, please.
Yeah. So I go, hey kid, there's such a thing as a tactical retreat. Now go! Because you told me to run away.
Yeah.
It's tactical. Tactical.
What has been happening with me this whole time? Have I just been
What have you
standing there?
been doing? I don't know.
Singing. You've been singing goodbye.
I've just gone quiet. I like to
As-
think I've just gone quiet, and I've just backed into the trees a little bit. Once I saw Ruffles draw the daggers, I just kind of.
As the door kind of fades into the mist, he'll just say one more time, like, and we'll save you. Hey, him.
Ah.
Are you following? It's time to go.
I'm gone.
Him.
Yeah, I've blended off into the trees.
And I would say Ruffle and Selenox pop out of there.
I'm alone.
Smoothie, you are left alone in this forested grove. A portal in front of you. Just... swirling. The mist is turning slowly through the colors of the rainbow.
Don't worry, I'm back. And I'll walk around from this side. I was just hiding. I said, are we going through?
Yeah. Let's go.
And I am going to and just walk straight into it and hope that I can go through.
I'm gonna let him go first, and I'll just kind of look at my home.
Him walks right through it and comes out the other side, still in the same forest. You've just walked between these standing stones.
Okay.
You walk through
All
the
right.
mist, but
Give me
no.
a fucking second, guys. Jesus.
Don't worry about
faster,
me. Go
Smoothie.
get some help. Go get some help. The defenders of Alderheart.
Can he follow me if I walk through?
You could try that if you like.
I'll try offering my hand.
I'll take his hand and walk through behind him.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that. Smoothie's hand sort of fades from your grip. Him, unfortunately, no, you cannot go with. And him and Smoothie, actually, can you make me insight checks?
Mm-hmm. Lovely.
16. A 2, you say? I can't. A 1.
Natural
A 1.
Natural
Sorry, I couldn't see your whole hand. Alrighty. Yes. So no, Smoothie, you don't hear that, but him, you hear in your mind a, "No, my friend, you cannot leave here yet." But Smoothie, you don't hear that as you feel the grip on your hand fade. And I think we'll leave it there. Guys, thank you so much for playing with me.
You did it.
We
did
did.
it, Smoothie. You made it out.
Congrats, Smoothie. I'm glad you did.
You did. So, guys, thank you so much for
Let
playing with me.
everybody down. Sorry, guys.
I don't think so. I think Swag's let everybody down.
Oh man! What was that? Like literally dagger in the back.
I guess the last thing he will say is that like he'll just look at him as he has to travel through and he's like, "I'll come back for you too. I'll save you," and I'll keep walking.
Farewell.
You do that. So, guys, yeah, thank you very much for coming and joining me on my channel, Corsair's Cove, for my One-Shot Wednesday. So, as the audience may have guessed, some of these characters may well be returning. Smoothie will be joining us a couple of Mondays from now for the commencement of the new Planes and Prayers campaign. Which is our new Monday night slot for the next little while. But we do have to wrap up next week's business with Nevermore, Jude, and the others. Ruffle and him have been guests specially for this evening, but they may well pop up in the story. And obviously, we're going to have to come back and save Selenox.
You broke my fucking heart, Swag. Damn.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm so
What's even better is
sorry.
that was Swag's idea. Was it? I actually think it might have been mine.
I think it was
It
kind of.
makes for great storytelling.
It
No,
Yeah,
I'm not blaming it all as a writer. Chef's kiss, but Smoothie is all alone.
So, here's the thing. At the
I
end
think
of
I
my
speak on
streams-
behalf of the party where we say we don't forgive you.
Bringing it back.
It's okay. I give and I take.
Yeah, that you do. Guys, at the end of my streams, I like to borrow from other DMs I respect the heck out of, and I've done it a couple of times this evening, but I also like to do something Dreaded GM does called Favorite Moments, where we go around the table and discuss the things we think we did real good in this, because being a creative and artist is difficult, and acknowledging where you did something really good is particularly important. We go around the table and quickly state what we think each of us did well. So let's talk, because Mitch has done this before, we won't go Mitch first because he knows the deal. So why don't we talk about, I don't know, Swag first, some favorite Swag moments. So, and Swag, we want to hear a favorite self moment as well. So Mitch, what do you reckon? Favorite Swag moment?
I personally loved the description that you gave of yourself and how heavily you leaned into that. The long limbs, the cloak coming out, the long arm coming over, and just the very, I very, very much bought into the image you were trying to sell with that creepy vibe. So
I agree. Yeah.
I dig.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. I'm gonna steal the obvious one. It might not be everybody else's favorite moment, but I fucking love the double cross. The double cross is so good.
That was gonna be mine. Yeah.
Didn't see it coming at all.
You had a couple of really good reveals. I was like, because I knew it was coming, I was just like, I didn't see it coming. I was just like, where are you going to put this? This is the end, man. What are you going to do? You're helping kill the... No, this isn't how it works. So I did not know what Swag was going to do. Basically, I just greenlit the idea that he was a plant. But I didn't specify exactly how to do it. I left it entirely to Swag, and he played it beautifully.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks for
Other
saying
people?
Mine is similar, but for a different reason, which is that in Smoothie's mind, which he will like later kind of pass out, either Strahd is playing a more clever game than he could ever understand, or choosing to believe in Ruffles. Ruffles gave Smoothie a pass in the only way that he could. If he is truly being dominated, technically, according to Smoothies, who believes in everybody, he thinks that Ruffles gave him a window within the confines of what he was ordered to do, and still allowed him to escape.
Yeah,
Which is why
what he did to Smoothie instead of Selenar. Yeah.
Exactly. Which is why he is like he meant what he said. He's gonna come back and help him.
Yeah, so suck in Selenox, basically.
Well, someone's driving across the Nullarbor or
Someone's gotta
something,
take
so
the
they're not
bullet.
available for the first few episodes of the season. So,
Other way. Mine was going to be the backstab as well, because that just totally, I had no idea that was coming. That was awesome. But thinking of other moments, I really loved Ruffles' fail at stealth at the very beginning, because it was such a beautiful, like, real stealthy description and lovely description, and then it just totally failed, and there was a neighbor saying hello, and I like that.
Sweet baby dog.
And now I'm going to stop talking like a ocker. I don't know.
you sound more ochre than you usually do. I'll give you that.
No, I know.
crisis.
I got it. It takes me. I'll turn it off.
All right. Well, so that's how we do it. Swag, what's your favorite you moment? Favorite selfie?
I mean, I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. I don't know how obvious it was, but I was absolutely shitting bricks for the majority of this, going like, I've got 4 or 5 different plans for how I could potentially betray them. And then Josh introduced the 3 dire wolves that came out of nowhere and started worrying at me, which started worrying me. And I was like, oh man, if I'm actually taken out here, all of my plans are going to be gone.
Betrayal.
And Josh is going to be like, so when were you going to do the betrayal at the very end? And I'm like, well, when I wasn't dead.
If I'd managed to take you out, it would have been fine. I'd have
it would also
understood.
be pretty funny. I'm going to cheat a little bit here and also say the betrayal was actually my favorite part of this, but I'm going to cheat slightly here by saying to Ro, thank you for letting it happen.
Yeah.
Because I have played with other players who have been like, no, I'm the hero of my story. I'm going to immediately fight back against this thing. I'm going to make an attack roll against him. And quite frankly, I think Selenox could take Ruffles to the cleaner. You were like tanky as hell, but you played that whole thing like, no, okay, this is happening. So it turned it into probably I've never played a really bad guy before. And I'm throwing the character now to Josh. It's Josh's character. Josh, you can do some wonderful storytelling, so I'm really interested to see what you can now do with Ruffles and see how close the party has called it. I have my own ideas about Ruffles, and
I know a little bit more than has been told as well. Swag has given me some backstory.
Didn't come up, which is perfectly fine. But yeah, I'm going to stop sort of talking about this, but I liked.
Very cool.
I was actually relatively proud of how I sort of balanced that. That line of creepy but friendly but creepy.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, he was gorgeous. I have a second actually, seeing as we've all said that we really loved the betrayal. There was a second reveal that I really liked, revealing that you had a level in Barb was very. I was just like, that was unexpected because it's not a standard cross class. Although
wait, hang on, what rage?
There are 2 in this world. There is another rogue who is 5-1 barbarian rogue. He's Trish Caper.
So I got confused. So I was like, oh, is Rach joining us?
Yeah.
That's why I was confused.
I created Ruffles. I put the levels in based on personality, not based on actually making a build. Yeah. So again, the classes I chose are also a kind of a hint as to the personality of Ruffles. And again, Josh, I'm sure you can take the character, do what you will with him. He's yours now. I hope you have fun with him.
Yes. This is not the last we have seen of Ruffles. So let us talk about somebody else then. And chat, if you have favorite moments, Smoothie favorite moments, spiritual weapon, owl for drawing party blood. Yes, Dasha, agree completely. Cool. Yes, chat, if you have your favorite moments, please chuck them up. Favorite hymn, major image, megamind moment. Yeah, big brain moment. Absolutely. Well, we started talking about Smoothie, so let's continue doing that. So let's talk about favorite Smoothie moments. I have so many, so anybody else can go first. I would find this very easy.
Ditto. I will just go with I guess it's more of like a technical element. And in terms of thinking outside of the box, when you are asked what you would roll for trying to remember the ceremony, and you went with wisdom as your second option, and that one hadn't occurred to me because I was looking through. I was like, well, what could be used?
Religion.
And not only did you,
they're all in.
The way you justified it as well was, to me, really well done. So that just, I love people that think outside the box with the rules. So yeah, kudos.
Thanks,
it is why I throw it open to other people, because I'm not the only storyteller here, and you guys can. It often gives you the opportunity to give us a little bit of characterization, particularly in a one shot where we don't know these people very well, to learn a little bit more about them. Yeah.
I mean, I've got loads.
Go for it.
I've got loads, but I'll focus down on one. I have to say, like, Smoothie at the very, very beginning. For me, D&D, the fun of it is in the role play. It's in the story. I like combat. It's fun, but like for me, the real meat and bones of D&D is the story, the interaction with the party, and just the role play in general. And I have to say, I absolutely loved how you just instantly got into this jittery, just witnessed his entire life just burning, and you got that character, that panic, that jitteriness, the catch in your voice as you were talking about how your pa was probably just dead. I mean, all of that, and I was just sitting there going like, holy crap, I actually feel like I'm trying to comfort someone who is actually in pain. So I was just really, I love a good role play, and that was some very fine role play. That's just some fine role play.
I loved that moment with you where you sheltered me with your wings. That's why it broke my heart when it turned out you were a traitor. I'm just like,
I'm so sorry. I loved it, dude. It was so well done. So good.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the role play continuation, one of my favorite moments was the choice of not going back. Because there was that really beautiful beginning where you were like building up this like, relationship, and they're behind, and you kind of think that your main kind of thing is going to want to go back to them, but then you played that beautifully when you got the signal and you got this kind of mission from your god and these signs from your god, where it was like no next step. So it's a nice transition that was totally believable.
Yeah,
because I think when Selenox is going like, oh, do you want to go back there? Like it would be really easy to go like, like you've been playing that, like you were totally like, you built something really nice to drive story and character forward. So that was nice.
My favorite Jack moment was the invention of the Vistani symbols. In the guide symbols, I was like, that's big brain. I like that. That's very, very cool. Yeah,
so cool.
Yeah, I'm like, build my world for me. Brilliant.
I have a lot of useless trivia in this head.
I really like. I was like, that's really sad as well.
I was thrown when you were like, I'm thinking hobo markings, and I'm like, okay.
What does that mean?
And then you actually explained it. I was like, that's fucking genius.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I was just thinking like, read the stars, which is what mankind has been doing for fucking.
It's like. Oh my God. Useless to you if it's cloudy all the time.
Thanks, chat.
I really enjoyed that. Was my favorite chat moment. That was those two things back to back. Of like, do they or don't they? They don't.
Does this work?
No. Normally, yes. Today, not so much. Well, Jack, favorite self moment.
Oh man. It was really fun. It was really fun to play, especially with Josh, who's used to a more kind of aggressive character that I normally play. This guy, I think my favorite thing was playing someone who is a lot more assured than I am, that even if he doesn't like it, even if it's going to cause him great pain, that he's meant to be where he is, and that everything around him is like is part of the grand design. Some people might call that delusion, but if you meet someone of great faith who doesn't put it in your face, and I've met a few people like that, that's what I was trying to emulate, where they just have this quiet energy about them, where they just go, it will be what it will be. And, you know, like you are here in my life now, donating $20, and therefore God sent you to me, and I thank God for that, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
That energy is what I was trying to emulate, and I found I really enjoyed that. And make no mistake, he was definitely in agony about the choice, but he felt like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really, really cool as well because, there is the Order of the Stick, the webcomic. There is an excellent panel in it where two of the characters discuss how weird it would be to live in a world where you don't know God's existence. And you just have to take that shit on faith. I thought that was really funny because, in D&D, there's no such thing as really an atheist unless it's deliberately denying, because everyone knows them. A bunch of people have met them. And whereas here in Barovia, the gods are a myth. And so actually he is one of the most faithful people in this setting. Because very, very few worshippers. There are even saints and holy orders here, but it's more like a calling rather than a faith. So it's very, very cool. I loved it. How you played that. So I'm very excited to see what Smoothie does with the next few episodes, because I know what's going to happen.
I feel sorry for that poor boy. I hope he comes out all right.
Let's talk about him. We have a favorite moment. The major image Megamind moment from Daria thinks that was excellent. Let's talk about him, baby. Let's talk about Mitch. Favorite Mitch moments.
I enjoyed every time you started singing a song during battle, trying to work out what was going to happen. I was really enjoying that. So you started singing the first bit, and I was like, oh yes, it might be this, or it might be this. Oh, it's definitely that. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the commitment to the singing.
Thank you.
I think mine was just the juxtaposition of like Smoothie's alone, and there's like, oh, I'm back. like it reminded me.
It didn't work.
I know, just to kick him in the balls again. No, it really reminded me of the ending of Get Out, if anyone remembers that, where like you think it's like a police car. When he's like up on the ground, and then it turns out it's his best friend, in the car, like, oh, motherfucker, what are you doing? Like you're like, oh. So, like, this is admittedly there was more tragedy later, but I liked that little bit of like that. It's like, oh no, I just hid because I was scared. I'm just like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Absolutely.
So that was mine.
My favorite Mitch moment is actually the conversation you and I had before. About figuring out exactly how it all worked. And before everybody else logged into the Zoom, Mitch and I had a chat about exactly who he was and where he came from and how it all worked. And I really loved, because Mitch is the other person in this party that knows my Humblewood world really quite well. So it was really cool working that stuff out with him, and having somebody to bounce that off. Mitch is also, you may not know, an extremely capable DM his own self. I've seen him do it. He is very good at it. So it's really cool to have that sounding board. I always enjoy having Mitch in my party because he is an excellent shadow DM. He can tell what I'm aiming at and can sort of maneuver things in the correct direction.
Everybody just, that's it. Back this way.
It's dead handy.
So there's a plot hook, so we should probably.
And
I love doing that.
Other players are very good at it as well.
Obvious,
but Like, Dan Swelter is very good at it as well. But yeah, like, the decision to... I suppose if I'm going to throw a favourite moment of the game, I would say the decision to go with, even though there was no particularly obvious reason, at the very beginning, when Ruffles picked everybody up from the bar, he's like, and I'll go with as well, because that's obviously what's supposed to fucking happen. I'm coming along too.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm doing it.
Me. That's weird.
This is the call to adventure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was just like, you make my job easy, man, and I love it.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
I mean, hell yeah. I mean, I've got a lot to say, but I'm cheating again, because my answer is basically, Mitch, I just kind of liked everything, all of that you were doing, that dedication to constantly singing. I made a character for a one-shot a while back, and I called him Songbird, and I could only talk in song titles or song lyrics, and it was fucking hard, dude. It was so hard. So when you were like, I basically sing-song everything, I was like, oh man, I hope Mitch knows what he's getting himself into here. And you just pulled it off with aplomb, and I'm just like, well, hats off to you, dude, because I know that shit's hard, but you didn't power through it. You made it look fucking easy, dude. And I'm like, well, then I'm the shit one, because I couldn't do anything. But
I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And that was,
just if I had to pick like a favorite moment, I mean, it was just dedication to character. And I know that, again, that's cheating, but like, I love the quirky characters, and I love the fact that there's a lot more to him than just the buffoon who's singing songs behind. Like, shit has happened to this dude. Like, this is not just, oh, he's just a bit of a funny, quirky character. Like, he has been, in some manner, broken by his time in Barovia, and it shows. And although I was laughing at what him was getting up to, there was a part of me that was just like, this is really sad. Like, this is upsetting slightly, because this was a bard, an entertainer, someone who was just like really just charismatic, and he has become this, like, as you said, all the energy, all the stuff just drained from him, the color, the life has been drained from it. And I was just like, holy shit, this character has so many legs. He's a fucking centipede. So I'm cheating a little bit, but for all the reasons I just mentioned, amazing. I thought that character was fantastic, and you just really nailed it, dude.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It was good. It was good fun, like, coming up with the character concept. As soon as I locked into it, I was definitely locked in, big time, and I was like, fuck, I gotta sing it all. But that's what I'm proud of myself about. I like to try and come up with a character that's going to kind of test me in some way. For example, Nevermore is I find it easy once I get into character, but I also find it really hard being a fucking asshole to people that I really like. And that's essentially what Nevermore is like. And for this one, I wanted to test myself by not kind of breaking from the singing. And I'm glad that I managed to kind of keep to that. So it was a good test for me as well. I appreciate the option and the opportunity to do so. So thank you.
Yeah. No worries.
Actually, on a slightly comedic other note, I have to say, if I had to pick a point, I absolutely fucking loved your "it's fake, yo." Like, you get doing all this lyrical stuff at that point, and then it was
kind
just
of like an MC
fake,
Hammer
yo.
line.
Yo, it's fake, yo.
And I was like,
Ro. I think we need to talk about Ro now. Favorite Ro moments.
Can I go first, possibly?
Go nuts.
I think it might have been my favorite line of the whole thing, because it was just a perfect full circle thing. Which is why Smoothie wasn't too this lady can take care of herself.
Yeah.
And she can also count on me coming to save her. But the thrall person needs to hear it. But specifically when you said, don't be afraid to beat a tactical retreat, basically bringing it back, where you were proudly saying, get the fuck out of here.
Go, kid.
That was both wonderful in terms of pacing and writing and bringing it back, but it was also I can see a real bond between those characters when they finally get back together, where that shared vulnerability of because no one wants to be like the person that runs away. It's not something that the history books write about, right? Gallantly he chickened out, but it's cool, and it was this affirmation that at the very least Smoothie knows he can trust this person like 100% when he gets back. So that's like very top tier. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Swag, Mitch.
I was quite.
I've got shit to say, but yeah.
One of the things that was mentioned before is by you, Swag, was the whole role play over combat thing. But when it does get to combat, there is nothing I dislike more than having to wait for somebody to come up with what they were going to do. And that was not a problem with you at all, bro. Not a problem at all with you at all. You were like, I'm going to use this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to use an action surge. You knew it all. There was no like hesitation in it. That was great. Especially, yeah, exactly. Especially since as well, this was your first time doing it in an open sense online on Twitch as well. So the fact you were able to stick to that, kudos to you. So that was great.
I just realized, it's your first Twitch stream.
This is baptism of fire.
Thank you.
A plus.
Yeah. No, I can. It was only 2 and a bit years ago that I started.
Forgot.
So yeah, this is it.
That was your first stream.
It's
I didn't.
No, I can remember it's only 2 and a bit years ago when I did my first online stream, and you're like, wow, okay. And then, but when I did my first stream, we didn't have a 42-person raid just as we went live. I think my first stream was for like 20 people.
I love that, because you were like, Wednesdays are quiet. And then you're like, we've got this. And I was like, what?
All right, we're going in. We're in.
We're going, I didn't get a... It was a fairly rushed job, and no, you dealt with it like an absolute champion, true professional. Not in any way shocked, but I am proud. I was like, I called it right. Not at all surprised.
Amazing.
My favorite Selenox moment was finding the voice, and then leaning heavily into it. I was like, oh wow, that's what okay, all right, love it. I love everything about it. Because Ro didn't even know what gender Selenox was until about 10 minutes before we started. Had not locked this stuff down, and I was like, no, we'll find it in character, and I love that. And actually, fun story, the first time I streamed D&D live, I didn't lock the voice down until about 2 minutes before we went live as well. I pitched the DM 2 different options. He hated the second one, so of course that's what I went with. And it was heavy ochre.
Amazing.
So yeah, props to you. You found it, you kept it, and it was great. A lot of the choices you made gave us a very strong idea of who Selenox was without needing to do an awful lot of like, they're this and they do this and this is their backstory. We don't need that. We'll get it in character. So yeah, nailed it. Yeah, perfect.
Shown, not told.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to sort of reinforce basically what's being said. I sound like a broken record here, but again, my favorite thing is role play and the rest of it. And that was a really easy role play with you, Ro. Like the bounce off. If I had to pick a favorite moment, it was actually right at the beginning where you kind of established your character as being a no nonsense. What are you asking me to do this for? Like, in my head, making tea. In my head, it was like this child who was comfortable, or this younger folk who's comfortable around me. I must stay by his side and look after and make sure they're okay. And it was like, I've got some tea boiling on the kettle there over there. Would you kindly? And you were like, sure. At which point I was like, oh yeah, that could be misconstrued, couldn't it? That was this incredibly cool, like. Selenox wasn't like a bitch about it.
Welcome to my home, get to work.
I'll get your tea, but like, dude, like, you know? And I was like, yeah, that could exactly be how it would be construed. But from that point on, it was like, I know who Selenox is. I know that she's a no-nonsense, but she's not going to be like bullheaded about it. She's not going to be like, no, get your own fucking tea when she's watching this young person just like breaking down. And I loved how you showed that kind of element of, look, I'm tough because the world needs me to be tough. But you gently gave Smoothie the cup of tea afterwards, after that whole
I
commentary
noticed
about
that,
the whole,
yeah.
and then you were like
Yeah.
more rough with Ruffles, because it was like, get your own fucking tea, dude. What the fuck? Like, she got it, but she was also like, come on, bro, like maybe think a little bit. And I was like, that's awesome. Within like 3 lines,
Yeah.
I'm looking at this fully established character, and I'm like, that's amazing. That's fantastic. And from that point
Selenox
on,
in a word
so
seemed to me
easy
to
just-
be
yeah.
steady. I think
Yeah.
that would be the word I would use for her. Just steady.
Well,
I would
we've
say
told
for Rock-
Rohama how great they are. Bro, how great are you? Tell me a favorite moment.
Oh, favorite moment is hard.
Yeah,
I want to say
why
I
we do it.
survived. I got through. I was actually thinking the tea as well. The tea was one of my moments that I really liked, because it was a fun moment where it was like, yeah, you can straight out come out and like, how do you react to that quite early on when this person asks you for tea? And I was like, oh, this is fun. But yeah, I think in general, the kind of real sturdiness, I guess, that throughout. But and I liked a little bit of the banter in the battle as well.
Against the vampire, so good.
Yeah.
Get your
Yeah.
teeth out of me.
Yeah, get your teeth out of me, yeah.
Your
Buy
final
me a drink
line.
first.
Keep your
Final
fucking
line.
chompers away from me.
I like the idea, though, just going back into story briefly, that as I'm pulling Selenox through the dimension door, Ruffles and then teleport away, like it's such a, I am sorry about the tea, though. I am legitimately sorry about the
They might be evil, but they have manners.
I feel like I should apologize again for this.
We have to
Alright.
do a favorite Josh moment. So favorite DM moment for me was
No, I think that's fair. Yeah, no, absolutely.
favorite DM moment is I think the eeriness and that looming presence that you gave Meric. Like it wasn't overt in your face. There was somebody that was kind of tracking, and then all of a sudden he was just kind of chilling, leaning against the tree. Like you made him very, it was sneakily done. I appreciate that. So, and he was very eerie. Kudos.
Thank you.
I'm gonna jump right in because I have a sort of a let me put it this way. Anyone in the chat who is a prospective DM, watch this man. Because there's a very key thing that it's a pet peeve of mine with DMs, and I generally don't last long in groups with a DM that does this, where the players have a good idea or a fun idea or a cool idea and the DM argues against it.
Right.
Josh doesn't do that.
No,
Josh
God,
says, sure, explain it to me. How do you want this to happen? And rather than saying, no, I don't think so, if you watch this VOD back again later, you'll hear an awful lot of Josh going, yeah, I'll allow that because it makes sense, or because it's fun, or because it's cool. And that is how you get your players involved. That is how you get your players really champing at the bit to get into more of it, because you're not going to shut down their ideas. You're going to let them blossom, because it leads to some of the craziest but coolest things in any campaign you're going to play. So that is where I would say, I mean, beyond everything else, the setting was awesome. The characters were great. It was so much fun. But beyond anything else, thank you so much, Josh, for never saying no and always saying sure, but how. That is
Or saying yes, but.
Yes.
I really enjoyed the build up, because we got to the place so quickly, and the second we got there, I was like, oh shit. Because we like that kind of traveling sequence.
It was far too easy.
And then it was like, I was like, we're like at the gate, and Smoothie's starting the thing, and I'm like
12
getting
o'clock,
like,
I'm like, this is 10:30 over here for me. I don't
Oh, well
understand.
done, everyone.
So smooth.
but the traveling part was so it was so quick, and it actually built up more because nothing happened yet. and we got to the gate, and then I was like, I was really
Well,
worried.
I should have sent Smoothie off. And Smoothie leaves, you all can't, and then you're like, and now you get attacked by a vampire. It's like, well, that was really easy. He didn't need our help at all. Yeah, we just got him. Oh fuck!
Let's grab a beer.
I actually had that thought as we walked in there. I was like, oh well, that was easy, and then I was like, oh, you fucking idiot.
Actually, sorry, I know this is slightly off again, but actually, Smoothie, Jack, I want to actually say, like, I absolutely fucking love that dedication to the ritual at the end. Sorry, I forgot to mention that, but that was golden. That whole sort of like I would like to help, but I'm a bit busy, guys.
I played a lot of Call of Cthulhu. If you are doing a ritual in Call of Cthulhu, then you need to be paying attention to that fucking ritual. And I treat it the same way.
Anyway, sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier, but I want to pull attention back to Josh again because I mean this man needs some credit. Go on, Josh. What's your favorite thing that you did?
Well, Jack's got something to say first. I'm sure. Maybe.
Well, this is my first time playing with you as a DM.
Yeah.
So
no, it's not. You played in my one shot. You played in a one shot Wednesday with me before.
What did I play? I don't remember this at all.
I recall a desert, possibly.
Oh, that's right. I played Golden Temple with you, did I?
Yeah, you did Golden Temple. Yeah, the Tabaxi.
Sorry. Yes, that was fun. Yes, I played a monk called Golden Temple Submerged. She was fun. Yes. Well, this is first time in a while, shall we say?
Yeah,
so,
long time on this channel.
Yes, on this channel. First time on this channel. Man, I mean, there were so many nice things, but I think what I liked the most was something I really enjoy employing when I can as well, which is, stating what you think is important for the players to know, and then being collaborative with the rest. Because without to be clear, it's all important, but ultimately little things like how they get there or what's on the trees or whatever is kind of both important. It's important as far as what players experience and their verisimilitude, but it's also not important because just let them have it. Sure. Yeah. So I think that was my favorite thing. It was that, and I flew a lot of ideas at you when we started, and the fact that we kind of both agreed okay, this is what I want to do, and let's try this new homebrew race, and I'm feeling really very excited to see what happens. I think my favorite moment, though, I just realized this, was the way you described Tyton. I was in character at the time, to be fair, but I was gobsmacked. I'm like, that's my boy. I don't even see him. Yeah. I don't even see him because I'm concentrating on this ritual, but without me even paying attention, he's got my back. I'm where I'm supposed to be. So it was that affirmation of purpose. That was probably my favorite.
Cool. Yeah. I really liked the little glimpse behind the DM screen now that it doesn't matter anymore. The fight would have been harder if you'd done worse at navigating. More wolves, basically. For every point you failed the DC by, I added a wolf. Wow. But you aced it, so I didn't get to add any wolves. So I was just should have put in a couple of extra wolves. That would have been harder. Maybe my vampire would have lasted more than a single fucking round.
I would have liked to have had the chance to beat the shit out of them a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll get another chance.
Favorite DM moment. I always like giving. Actually, no. There you go. Because I said this on Monday. I like giving people a chance to sort of work, giving opportunities for you guys to tell the story. I say it a lot, and to any prospective DMs out there, that is my DM advice. Number one is give the players the opportunity to tell you make characterful decisions that tell you about their character without just telling you who they are. Because you'll find so many more cool stories that way. But my favorite self moment would actually be my use of Sirenscape today. I went digging for particular sound effects and things because I've got a whole mess of sound sets that are all appropriate for Humblewood. But I have a bunch that I'm just missing sounds because I've never gone beyond the borders of the wood before. I didn't, for example, have wolves. I now do. And yeah, just so I really liked my soundscapes. I really liked my sound effects. I was on point with my usage of audio. I will help Ro get set up for Sirenscape for next time so that you can
I've got so
listen in.
much more FOMO now.
Watch the VOD.
Literally your
I was
favourite
very
things.
good at it. The problem is I've done favorite moments over 60 times just in this world, so I'm running out of shit to say about how great I am. I'm also acutely aware that I can sound like an arrogant prick given half a chance, and I'm not, so I do try not.
Yeah, me both, brother.
But if I have like an in-game actual thing I really liked, I quite enjoyed kit bashing Meric, and the build I gave him. I thought he was pretty cool, and he was very kit bashed. Basically a vampire thrall, but with a whole bunch of extra shit. Limited regeneration isn't that great, but I did buff him quite a bit.
I'm very much looking forward to having a proper face up against him because I had my back turned the whole time and I was like, no, like this is what he would do, but oh well.
Rough. Yeah. Yeah, no. A nasty surprise finding somebody with a PC of 20 fighters. Well, guys, that's brilliant. Thank you very much. Yeah, no,
parting shot.
Yeah, forgetting yet again, Sag. Daria is referring Jack to the game you played with her with me.
Forgetting yet again. Does
she
it
was.
count?
This is where I met Daria as well. First time either of us had played with her. Yeah, she was also in the Golden Temple Submerged.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, sorry,
she
guys,
drew a
you
picture of her character.
I
play so much D&D.
many games. It's all chaos and blur.
Blur.
No, absolutely not a problem at all. It's only my favorite one shot I've ever written. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
you're the first person to play it too. Yeah. Matt Randall played it most recently though, Ro. Yeah, so anyway, we should go away from here now because we've been streaming for a good long while. And it's getting a bit late and my players, some of them are over in the Eastern States.
6:30 wake up time.
Oh
It's
no,
1:30
I didn't realize. Okay, all right.
Me too.
We need to go away then. So, we will go away from here now. Guys, tell me who the absolute heck you are. We'll go in reverse order. Ro, who the heck are you?
I'm Ro. I do theatre stuff.
Sounds great. Ro does.
I'm ready for bed.
Alrighty.
Doesn't need to sell herself. Word speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen.
Chaotic Platypus, you are very welcome. Thank you for joining us. Nelderberry, what a pleasure. Swag, who the heck are you?
Okay, I'm Swag, otherwise known as the other John over at Phoenix Owaki. I have nothing more to add. You are not going to find me other than on guest streams or Phoenix Owaki. So, hey, check us out if you're interested.
Well, Mitch, who the absolute heck are you?
How you going, everybody? I am Mitch Earnshaw. You can find me on the Twitter at Mitch_Earnshaw. You can find me playing Nevermore in Humblewood. And we'll see me soon. Again on Monday, actually. So tune in then.
Good. Jack, who are you?
Hello. My name is Jack O'Brien. I am a performer of all stripes, and you can,
spots.
I guess,
And spots.
and spots. Yeah, that's a previous condition. Yes, you can find relevant stuff to this kind of thing. I am Carmela, the Halfling Beast Heart, on the Roll for Damage stream, which is called Ice and Blood. Where I have a I was about to say vampire. I have a velociraptor. I have a velociraptor pal named Furio, and I talk like this. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, you can go and check that out.
South African halfling woman.
It was amazing. Yeah, and she's not to be fucked with.
No, she is not.
And yes, otherwise, if you live in the Melbourne area, please go to Port Phillip Libraries. Just Google Port Phillip Libraries, and you can get yourself a totally free D&D game with yours truly. And if there is enough popularity, we will open up to more tables. And I predict in the very near future, we will have mini sort of PAXs once a month, where we have board games over here, role-playing games over there, and all sorts of fun things for all ages. I'm a kid at heart at the end of the day, and I would love to be able to give more free stuff to the Melbourne community that's given me so much. So that's where we're starting. So go let the council know that you're interested. Yes.
I really regret, and it's first time in my life I've regretted not living in Melbourne. Mesdames et Messieurs, Damen und Herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, and you can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D, but you've done that already. Well done. Keep doing it. Smash that follow button. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. Thank you so much to all of our subs. Thank you to all the new followers, you absolute bloody champions. If you like the majestic voice, but you think I could stand to tone the face down a little bit, you can check me out in the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Skern Felspar und his little dragon Rush. You can also, I'm one half of the comedy puppet duo Pupperotica. You can find us at Fringe World whenever we do that. Guys, there's just one more place I need to talk about, or a couple really. I need to talk first about Sirenscape. They provide the music that is gracing your ear holes. They are marvelous. Check them out at sirenscape.com. The first month is free, I think. Super useful thing to have for your home games and your internet games. I can pipe music to Jack's ears over in Melbourne, to John's ears up in Japan. Daria can listen in Russia. It's freaking good. And the other one, turn the face up a little bit, Nelderberry. I don't know. Hang on.
Like literally your chin go up.
There we go.
Yeah. Like let's have a Dutch angle sort of thing, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's that. And the other place we need to talk about is Ukraine, because shit's getting fucky over there. Over 8 million Ukrainians have been displaced by the conflict with Russia at the moment. So a friend of mine, who I cannot name, asked me to do this, and I'm more than happy to. Please, the link in chat is the emergency action appeal. We are raising funds for that appeal for those 8 million plus Ukrainians who have lost their homes due to conflict. Over $4 million has already been raised, so if you have any more change in your digital wallets, it would be great if you could put it that way, because $4 million sounds great until you realize that's like 50 cents per homeless person. Which is not actually that great. That's like half a Macca's meal. So, yeah, and that friend is probably very grateful. Yeah, absolutely. No spoilers. So, guys, we'll go away from here now, and to do that, I think we should do a raid. Drop a raid on somebody, and you know what? The person who would be most appropriate to raid is none other than AJ Winters of Winter's Tales fame. The reason is AJ Winters will be joining us on Monday night for Humblewood with Mitch. So we'll drop a raid on AJ. AJ is doing some D&D world building for World Anvil and her new campaign, which is going live in like 40-something days. Very exciting. So we'll drop that raid over there, guys. Throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell AJ where you came from. Show them the love. And we will see you tomorrow night here back on Corsair's Cove for more Humblewood of Monsters and Magic, the penultimate episode where they are freeing a bunch of political detainees from a prison. It's pretty rough over there. So, guys, yeah, we will start that raid up now. Ruffles, Swag, Mitch, Jack, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Please, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.